Welcome to the Holding Priority Podcast, the Magic the Gathering cEDH podcast. I'm Cardboard Cryptid.
Not the game goes.
On today's episode, we'll discuss all of the Marvel MTG card sets, both the standard set and the commander set.
It's a pretty cool looking set as far as seeing some of the villains and such into the Magic universe that you can play with. I think Doctor Doom is kind of
cool,
and some other ones to be able to play with.
Oh, the arts are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
There are 717 cards in the set. That's give or take. Scryfall is usually pretty inaccurate until it actually comes out. We're doing this right after all of the cards were spoiled. Hopefully there aren't any more. There are some late stragglers, but 717 cards, and half of them are legendary, which is kind of crazy. There are a lot of cards in this set. Whenever I did the set review, I did my best to read all of them. Whenever I was done, I had a headache. I had a migraine. I actually laid down for a 2-hour nap because I squished them all into a 2-hour window.
I looked through most of the cards, and I didn't really see a whole lot of jump out staples. There is a few.
Yeah.
But this does look really fun to draft or pre-release or something.
Oh, I'm definitely doing the pre-release.
Yeah.
And in the future, we already have done the pre-release.
We have done this already.
Yeah. Let's get into the shuffle up. We're going to keep the shuffle up pretty short. I know that a lot of you that jump into the set reviews are just kind of I want to see the cards. For our other episodes, we'll keep the normal shuffle up, but we'll keep this one pretty light. Just a couple of things to keep up with if you're listening to us on YouTube or you're listening to us on your podcast platform. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on a podcast platform, please remember to rate us 5 stars. And then also, if you're listening to this podcast and you're just oh man, some of these cards are cool, I'm going to order singles, just please give us credit for that by clicking the TCG affiliate link. It'll be on our link tree. That just lets them know that we sent you there. If you look over cards and you end up not buying anything, that's completely fine. If you buy something, clearly it's a little bit better for us, but it is free for you and it helps support the channel. And then for all the people that have already checked out the TCG Player link, thank you so much. TCG Player actually reached out to us and they gave us a creator profile. So you can see our decks on our creator profile. It has all of our cards. It has Kinnan for Ghost and currently Hashiton and Dina for me. If you look it over, you can buy right from the platform. I don't think you're going to add all 100 cards to cart because that would be, thousands of dollars. But if there's certain cards that you see in the decks and you're oh, I never thought about putting that in this deck, you can click the card, add it to cart, check out, and it helps us quite a bit.
Yeah. Also, if you're building it, what I didn't realize is you can look through the list and say, oh, okay, well, I have 98 cards out of this list. What cards don't I have? Oh, there's these two.
Yeah.
$20 type of thing. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or proxy the harder ones if you have to.
But, if you buy a Mox Diamond with our affiliate link, that would really make me happy, but I don't expect anybody to do that.
It would be awesome.
All right. Well, we committed to keeping it short. We're under 5 minutes on the intro, so let's get into the card rating scale before we get into the cards. So just as a reminder, the card rating scale is 1 through 5 for non-commander cards. 1 is I just think it's neat. 2 is put it aside for later. 3 might see some play. 4, I know this will see play in a certain deck. And 5, this will be a strong add in any color deck the card can be run in. Think about Smothering Tithe, Wheel of Fortune, Adnaz, stuff like that. For the commander cards, we kind of just rate them on a feeling scale of 1 through 5. 5 being you will see this in your next tournament and it might win. 1 being, this is probably a T3, T4 commander. That would be really fun. And we do have a Force of Will. We haven't really been using them lately because all of the Magic cards have been kind of just generically good. But we do have one Force of Will per review. Either we can mark the card as what we think is the best in the set or overturn someone else's rating. So, like, if I say it's a 1 and Ghost says it's a 5, it'll be a 5 if they use their Force of Will. I don't think that's ever happened before, but maybe in this set it will. All right. So let's start the review on the cards. These cards, normally what I do is I put all of the like really strong staples up front and then kind of the more fun cards in the back. I think almost all of these are more fun cards, honestly. So I didn't really sort them too crazy. We'll definitely keep in mind not just getting stuck on a card for 20 minutes. But let's check these cards out. And then just a reminder, if you're listening on podcasts, this will be audio friendly. If you're the type of person that likes to see the cards, it will be on YouTube. I know quite a few of you guys listen to the card reviews on audio, so I'll say the name of the card, we'll talk about it, and then when we're done talking about it, I'll say the name of the card again, just in case you didn't really fully absorb the card name, and then we talk about it and you're like, hey, that'd be awesome. You'll know the name of the card at the end. So if you're like, okay, I want to get this, what do I look up? Cool. The first card is Lockjaw, the Slobbering Teleporter. He is a legendary creature, inhuman, dog hero, so you can flip into him with Kinnan. The Inhumans, I believe, is a new subclass, subtype. It's kind of strange, but this whole set's kind of strange. So Lockjaw, Slobbering Teleporter is a vigilance creature. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Lockjaw. When you do, Lockjaw and up to one other target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. He starts out as a 1/1.
I didn't realize it had vigilance. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So when we first were kind of discussing it, that wasn't part of the factor I put in.
Yeah. And also it pretty much could be a 3/3 by the time you swing with it for 2.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. I like that it says non-creature spell, so it also doesn't matter if Lockjaw was first or after. So if you play an island, play a Lotus Petal, cast Lockjaw, Lockjaw sees the Lotus Petal that was used to cast it when you go to combat because it's a check. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast a non-creature spell this turn. So he doesn't have to be around for the non-creature spell either.
Oh, okay.
So you get rewarded for dropping rocks. And you could have a, 3/3 unblockable on turn 2. That being said, it doesn't really do anything by itself other than unblockable vigilance swing, which for cEDH don't really care about too much. You're not really gonna nuke a player with Lockjaw. This is a blue farm card. If you're on Tymna strategy, which I don't think many blue farm decks are on Tymna strategy anymore. They're mostly just control the game, try to win real quick with Underworld Breach.
Yeah, it's slower. I think a couple of years ago, this would have been kind of an include.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, when Blue Farm had its reign,
I don't know about now. I'm sure you'll see a deck or two try it out, but...
And Blue Farm is the most popular deck, but I think it's fallen 9% win rate. It was no, 4%. It was 32% win rate. Now it's 28%. I think it's fallen 9% popularity since last year.
Yeah, I think the rise of Rogthras is kind of...
And Rogsai too.
Yeah, Rogsai as well. No, I like Lockjaw. I think it's one of the better cards.
Yeah.
If I had to rate it, I would say Probably a 3.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.
I think a 4 is a little too much, and I think a 2 is a little too less.
I think
So
it's a good option for Tim to plan Blue Farm.
I think to know about it and have it in your arsenal kind of thing is right around there. And like I said, I think 2 is just too low, and I think 4 is uh, it's just not going to go in everything. So
Watch like a dog typal Paco Halden
okay,
comes out, and he's just like, because Paco Halden can just swing and get through, he's just, insane. Like,
yeah, it's like, well, let me retract that. No,
yeah, it's like all of my dogs have +3/+3, and like, yeah, Paco Halden, a dog typal would be pretty funny.
if it works, if you get a list out, put it in the
I was
Discord or
about to say,
something.
I was like, if you get a list out, put it in the Discord or put it in the comments. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of dogs in this set, so if you get a dog typal deck at all, like I would love to see it. But yeah, I agree on a 3. It's something to, if you pull it, just be like, ooh, cool, I pulled it. I believe this one is the like commander like jumpstart.
Hmm.
I'll start calling that out just because I'm honestly really confused about this set. There's so many cards. It's kind of weird to be like a content creator and be like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but like there's so many cards. But yeah, that is Lockjaw, Slobbering Teleporter. I believe it is part of the Commander Jumpstart set.
I like Lockjaw as a character too in
Oh
this.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So cute. Alicia Masters, Skilled Sculptor. 1 generic and a red, legendary creature, human artificer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a treasure token. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. She's a 0/4. So, I mean, for 2, makes a treasure token if you've dropped a rock, which is not bad. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. Kind of stops people from taking your commander. So, like, maybe Sisay would want this just as backup. I know that Sisay has Ruby in red, so it's red green. There's a lot of good 2-color 2-drop legendaries because they used to use the painter that was green black as well that made a treasure token. This one, the moment I read at the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. This is a perplexing chimera. So like maybe we start seeing perplexing chimera in like Rogthras with
oh,
it. Yeah.
gross. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, no. I kept thinking of like Slicer for some reason. I was like, maybe it can do something with it, but I think it doesn't
Yeah.
do what I would initially.
You send Slicer away at the beginning of each person's upkeep, so it would never,
It would never do anything. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting concept. I think that there is some potential there. I don't think that it's game changing potential. I think it's just kind of a gimmicky play.
Yeah, and it's a 0/4, so it'll never trigger combat damage stuff. So like would not be blue farm. It's a human, so you wouldn't really see an early human drop in Winota. Winota's it's showing up a little bit more often lately, but it's still not really a CDH deck. There's like some insane pilots. We play one monthly now. That's pretty good. They used to run a lot of Blue Farm and stuff like that, and they were like, "Nah, I'm tired of it. I just want to play Winota." And they get up there to top 16 on Winota, which is
That's wild.
yeah, a thing to celebrate in itself. But yeah, I mean, the treasure part is really the most relevant thing, but it's not good enough to play this to only care about the treasure token. What you care about is at the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. You're probably playing this casually in like Zetaru, right? The
Oh yeah, Zedra.
Jeskai Go. Like it has a lot of really cool synergies and interactions. There is, I know that people have been playing the split second spell that changes you take, it's sudden substitution. You take the spell and then they gain control of a creature. So you
Mm.
could put your own creature you could give them your own creature, take the spell, and then on your end step get your creature back. So it's basically a 4 cost commandeer with split second at that point.
And that's still a lot to do
Yeah, yeah.
that plan.
Yeah, I've seen like Rog Silas running it, and I mean maybe Rog Silas would want to be a little bit slower. Wrong Psi lists.
I mean, the thought of perplexing Chimera and Rogsai sounds
Yeah,
gross.
yeah. Like Rog Psi, sudden substitution, Alicia Masters would probably make me just want to scoop. Like honestly,
It's like I don't really have a win plan, but this is going to be
yeah.
gross.
It's like I'll get it. I'll get there.
No, I mean, if I had to say, I'd probably do, I think a 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Put it aside for later.
There's always potential for something crazy, and this is a crazy maneuver. It just doesn't. I can't think of a combo or play with it that's realistic.
Yeah, you need a lot of things to go right for this to synergize well. You need perplexing chimera out, you need this out, or you need to be able to cast sudden substitution. The treasure token is really nice and helpful. You know, if she stays around for 2 turns, she's probably completely refunding her cost.
Just
That being said, it's a 2. I think we'll see some people try to play it and do some janky things with it, but I think you basically need this to be either your commander or your commander give away creatures for this to matter, and I don't really think we're there yet with CDH cards that do that. So
no, I think a 2 is very generous to this.
yeah, this a 2 for Alicia Masters, Skilled Sculptor. Another of the commander jumpstart blah 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 cards. Black Widow, Agile Avenger, 1 generic, red, white. Legendary creature, human spy hero. It is another rare from the commander set. Menace, whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Black Widow, and you draw a card. She is a 2/2.
I mean, it's Winota-y. I just don't see. I don't see it being worth a Winota put down.
Yeah.
Or flip, I guess.
So they put a lot of these cards that trigger when an opponent draws their second card each turn. There's more in the set. So I think they're kind of trying to spread around card draw love, you know, like for the people that are abusing it. This probably, I mean, you don't really want like a cheap human in Winota. Like you want your cheap humans to be really impactful and win the game if they're there.
Or create tokens
Yeah.
is usually the play. Non-human.
This also is a blue farm card, like Fairy Mastermind, Black Widow. There's another card that's in blue farm colors that triggers on the second draw and draws you a card. Fairy Mastermind is good because of Smothering Tithe with interactions, but everyone does run Fairy Mastermind. Fairy Mastermind has flash though, and it costs 2.
There's too many things wrong with this.
Yeah.
Like the 3 mana, whereas you would think, well, 2 and 3, it's just 1 more. That's substantial.
Yeah.
And draw their second card, like maybe.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at too many things. There's too many factors that have to align for this to be great. I would just say this is neat. I mean,
yeah. I mean, also like
one,
the menace is also a relevant keyword if you're on
a little bit
Timna attacker strategy. But it's funny. A lot of these cards are. If these would have come out a year ago, we'd be way more excited for them.
The issue I see is that this doesn't have haste, so you're playing it for 3 in blue farm right now. Close your eyes and think, if I had 3 mana, what would I want to play?
Necropotence.
And any of those cards are better than this.
Ristic Study. Yeah.
Most of the 2s.
Yeah. Yeah. It was one of those things. Because I saw this in other cards, I wanted to kind of highlight that like there are more cards like Fairy Mastermind that cost 1 more that do something else, but Yeah, this one I would have to give it a 1. I think it's neat, but I personally wouldn't be putting it in any deck, and I personally wouldn't know any deck that would want this right now.
I do think it's noteworthy to see that Magic or WotC rather is trying to do the draw the second, like on the second one something triggers, kind of like Unagi.
Yeah.
And there's a slippery slope with it. I mean, you can't make the ability super strong because then you throw something off balance. But it is cool that they're playing with it.
Yeah. And in non-blue too
Yeah, I agree.
is cool. That is a 1 for Black Widow Agile Avenger. This next one is Crystal Inhuman Princess, 1 generic, red green, legendary creature Inhuman Noble. It is a rare from the commander set. It has flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Crystal deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of colors that spell is. There's a lot of like kind of strange wordings in this set. Tap, add red, green, white, or blue. She's a 2/3. So she is 4-color VV, but you don't get the mana button. There's a green card that whenever this creature deals damage, draw per each player, draw a card. So you get access to more of those curiosity effects. We had a friend that built her and we played for a day, and it was kind of scary because it was green, white, VV for the most part. It wasn't as explosive as VV. It's a lot more of a I need to be more responsible deck. But she basically has mana cannons printed on her where she does X damage per color of the spell. So if you force of will somebody, that's a damage. If you play Manamorphose, that's 2 damage. The only trade-off that you have with Crystal is your 0 rocks don't do a damage to everybody because they're colorless. And it's also just non-creature spells in general. When we were playing, every time they cast a creature, we'd be like, okay, we take a damage. They'd be like, no, 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 no. But it's one of those decks where you now have an option to play more responsible mid-game VV, which is kind of cool.
It's also more colors. Having multiple colors is kind of cool.
Yeah, you get a silence. Like
this is considered a 4-color commander, right?
yes, it's sans black. So you don't get tutors, but you also just get to draw your deck for every interaction spell you cast. So you can play Veil of Summer, Silence, Orum's Chant, all of your counter spells. You basically load up on a bunch of cantrips or interaction, and then you kind of draw through your deck. And then you Underworld Breach or, just eventually draw so many cards you can kill everybody.
And this may be me just not, I don't want to say paying attention, but just not understanding, I guess. Inhuman is not human.
Yeah. So
right.
You can flip into it with Kinnan or pull it with the battle.
Okay. I mean, that matters with, invasion, like you said, or I don't think chord matters that way. Finale matters.
Oh, finale is non-human?
I believe. Maybe not.
Let me look that up.
I don't think so.
I think it's just battle and Kinnan.
No, I think there's one more. I think finale can't be human. If I'm
no, just for a creature card on finale.
Well, I'm a good Kinnan pilot. Don't.
Finale, you can search your graveyard. That's what makes it special.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was. Yeah, I feel like there's another one though. Maybe it's just invasion.
I think it is invasion. Kinnan like flips, and that's it.
But it is noteworthy if you're looking at any of these cards and you see inhuman, and just know that it is not human.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it is possible.
Yeah, even though they look like humans. That's the kind of weird thing about this set is all of the humans are inhumans or mutants, and some of them are humans, but
Not all of
not all of them, not most of them. Like it's, yeah, usually you can look at a card and go, oh, I know what this card type is, and you just cannot do that in Marvel. Like you need to read every single one because there are cEDH cards that come up often that care about if they're humans or not, and this is not a human. This is a human from the art, but it's an inhuman
them.
per Marvel. So, and there's we talked about it in like our local Discord where I was like, it's confusing, and then people would be like, well, lore wise, not to spoil anything, I don't think these two are in the review, but Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, both of their kids are in the set. One of them is a mutant and one of them is a human.
A human or inhuman?
A human.
Okay.
But both of their children are different subclasses where one of them is a human and then the really strong one, the baby Franklin, is a mutant.
Yeah, he's like beyond Omega level.
Oh, his card is terrible. He's not even in the review. Like that was another thing where they didn't give Annihilator to Galactus.
That's wild.
Yeah, and like Galactus is just not a good card.
Well, having Franklin Richards not be, this is nerding out a little, but having Franklin Richards not be great is a travesty.
Yeah, it's really hard to like make all of these Omega level mutants like
not good.
Yeah, like I mean, you can't make a card like there should have Franklin Richards should have had like a if this happens you win the game trigger,
or a decent amount of value.
Yeah.
I mean, they made Doctor, and not to spoil Doctor Doom, but
we'll go over it soon. It's in the set.
But
so, yeah.
Doctor Doom is a win card, right?
Yeah.
And Franklin Richards is not. That's strange.
They did some cool things. So like, there's a Silver Surfer card that when you play it, you can go search your library for Galactus and put it in your hand.
Oh, I guess.
But in my mind, you should play Silver Surfer, search Galactus out of your deck, and then put it into Suspend.
Oh, Suspend.
Because he heralds Galactus. So, like, you should put him out, and then Galactus should get, like, Suspend 5, And then when Galactus enters, you win the game.
I can see that.
And, like there's... It should have the Phage the Untouchable, where it's like, if you didn't cast this card from
before
exile, you lose the game. Like something like that, where it's like you can't cheat him out, but whenever he enters from exile, whenever he's cast from exile and enters, you win the game.
This is us showing our skills, Watsy. We could be we could be consultants here.
Yeah. We'll make actually good cards. No,
that's funny.
I'm sure the balance on that would just like ruin the game.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody would be like, I can exile this from my library and then cast it.
Well, I mean, make it cost 99, like some ridiculous mana value we've never seen.
Okay.
Which I mean, then Yuriko would just put it on top and then kill everybody. But yeah, there's okay. All right.
I think that this is an upcoming commander.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, and 3 is probably not accurate. I think that 4 is probably solid. I don't think this is
well, for commanders, we just 1 through 5, how we feel on them. So
I think 4 is solid.
4? Like, yeah, I mean, I guess 4 is where you'd say, like, I think I would see this in cEDH.
I mean, it's decent. I think somebody will try to run this. I mean, we've seen it already.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Kudos to the person that does. They're a very skilled pilot of quite a few things.
So. Yeah, they just printed it out and slapped it on a basic land and put it together the night before. And there were times where we'd be like, hey, why is Displacer getting in this deck? And then they'd be like, I don't know, I put it together last night. But I mean, it still won some games. It was pretty good. Yeah, I would give it a 4.
I think 4 is solid.
Yeah, that is a 4 for Crystal Inhuman Princess. Look forward to seeing it in some tournaments. Next one, Willie Lumpkin, the Postman. He's white blue. He is a legendary creature, human citizen. Willie Lumpkin can't be blocked. When Willie Lumpkin deals combat damage to an opponent, you draw a card, and that player may draw a card. If they do, that player can't attack you or permanents you control during their next turn. Willie Lumpkin, Postman, is a 1/3.
So this is pretty funny. You sent me the list of the cards.
It was the first one.
A few. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But I looked at it and I was like, why is this on here? And I read the name. I was like, oh, that's probably it.
Yeah. Willie Lumpkin, Postman. It's another good Tymna attacker. Like,
yeah.
You attack with Willie Lumpkin. He deals combat damage to an opponent. You draw a card, and then you trigger Tymna, and you also draw a card. And, maybe another blue deck is behind, and you kind of want to get them in the game with counter spells because you can't push a win. So, you make a deal. Like, I'm not going to say that it is a Tar level card, but like it's not terrible for 2. It's a 1/3. It's not a commander, for sure. But I do think that like maybe blue farm lists could run it. It's a 2, but
possibly. You could even stretch a little bit and say maybe Sisse.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's strategically good for Sisse.
They don't really want to draw. Unless they're in stuck. Like there are some ones that are just Sisse tutor, and then there are other ones that are make infinite mana Sisse tutor that they do want to draw. They don't really care too much if they get their combo pieces in hand.
Yeah. I do think this was a missed opportunity with the art. I think that they could have had the likeness kind of more Stan Lee-ish.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't know the rights or character likeness or whatever, but
yeah, he yelled Tony Stank in the MCU.
That was pretty close to that character, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was Stan Lee as a post guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same guy.
I mean, if you guys are a Willie Lumpkin fan and you guys know the lore of Willie Lumpkin, please leave it in the comments. But to me, I just remember Stan Lee being a delivery guy giving something to Tony Stank. So
and Willie Lumpkin.
Yeah. Willie Lumpkin.
I think it's probably a 2.
Yeah. Almost maybe a 1. I mean, the fact that it's unblockable and when it hits, you draw a card, and then, like, let's say you're against a Winota and you swing on Winota. Winota has to decide if they want a card or if they don't want to attack you. Like, same thing with like Rocco, where it's like you can gauge if the Rocco is going to win because like you'd swing Willie Lumpkin, and then if they don't draw, then you're like, hey guys, they're going to combo off next turn.
Okay, so for me, I realized that they have the choice. I thought that it was immediate. You can't attack me now, but if they choose to draw the card, they no longer can attack you that turn. Yeah, maybe a 1.
Yeah, it's cool. Another card that I think maybe a year ago, if you're on like the Adnaz Tymna plan with Blue Farm, you would swing with Willie Lumpkin, and then if they said that they wouldn't attack you, you could go down a little bit like more on Adnaz and Necro. 1.5 if I could give it a 0.5, but we commit to full numbers, so I'll give it a 1.
Yeah, Willie Lumpkin.
Yeah, Willie Lumpkin is a rare from the Commander, and Willie Lumpkin Postman is a 1.
Willie Lumpkin.
Herbie, lovable robot, 2 generic, legendary artifact creature, robot scout. Flying at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you cast a non-creature spell this turn, surveil 1. Tap, add a colorless. Pay 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color. It's a 1/1. This is a Arkham Daxon card. Arkham Daxon really likes 2-cost artifact creatures that tap for mana. It kind of gets Arkham out a little bit quicker. Arkham is weird. It's basically just artifact creature mana rocks and utility creature, then get Arkham out and then start eating all of your robots. People were running Page from Strixhaven in it before, and Page is literally just tap, add a colorless, and you can discard another Page if you have it in your hand, but that's not relevant in Commander. So the people that put Page from Strixhaven into Arkham are probably going to take Page out and put Herbie in. He's a 1/1, so I would like to see a little bit bigger of a butt on a 2-cost artifact creature mana dork, but it is probably one of the better mana dorks in Arkham Daxon. So I guess I'll give it a 4 per definition. I know this will see play in a certain deck. It's an option in Arkham, but I think it's an option that is probably the best option for a deck that wants to run multiple of these effects.
I'm not really savvy on Arkham. I do.
It runs Mannequin that is literally just tap at a colorless. So like it likes these. It's a mono blue deck that gets to use mana dorks.
Would you say maybe Oswald and Ursa, maybe? Or no?
No.
Because with Urza, you get to ultimately you're just scrying.
Yeah.
And Oswald, I think, would want to get to 3, maybe. I can't.
So Oswald
Fiddlebender.
Yeah, he costs 2. So you would play this instead of your Oswald for the turn, maybe. I mean, you could plain Soul Ring Herbie, you know.
Maybe I'm.
But Oswald is pay a 1 tap, sacrifice an artifact, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value. If this gave a white, you could probably argue because it could tap, get the white, and then Oswald could tap and then go get Trinisphere or like Relic of Legends or blah blah blah.
Mainly, I was thinking of the staircase of kind of those decks that try to do that. So Oswald, I believe Iron Man does the same, similar to where you're wanting to step up your artifacts. I can't think. I'm not as skilled player with Oswald, and I have seen Oswald a few times, but I don't know because it's not necessarily the 2; it's going into the 3.
Iron Man sacks a non-creature artifact.
Oh, okay.
Which I play that deck and I had to look it up to make sure.
I think Oswald doesn't care though.
Oswald doesn't care. Arkham cares about what type of artifact it sacks, as does Iron Man. Oswald doesn't care, but I don't think Oswald really cares about colorless mana. Like Oswald would run any of the 2-cost get a mana over this.
That's true.
Because those can tap right away.
That's true.
Yeah.
Your Arcane Signet or whatever.
You could also run like Dampening Sphere. Like play Dampening Sphere, you finish your turn. Everybody's stuff costs more, or like Thorn of Amethyst. And then when it's your turn, you sack it so that you don't have to deal with it. And then you go get a Trinisphere or something.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I think that it's still solid for the Arkham plays.
Yeah.
I was just curious if maybe Oswald or Urza, but I think you're right. I think there's way better options in 2 artifacts.
And I mean, like, I'm not. We talk about Winota a lot, even though Winota is not really like a cEDH deck. But I mean, I think Winota would like this because it's a 1/1 flyer that taps for mana on turn 2. So instead of running like an Arcane Signet, you'd want the creatures in Winota, so you could play this, and then suddenly your turn 3, you could get Winota because you're a mana up from playing Herbie.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I give it a 4 because it absolutely goes into Arkham Daxon. Otherwise, probably a 2.
Yeah, I'm with you on the 4. I mean, I trust your judgment on Arkham.
That is Herbie Lovable Robot. Now we have Dr. Doom. So this is the card that you've probably heard about if you've had any interest in the Marvel set. Doctor Doom not unraveled. Doctor Doom Unrivaled. 2 generic black legendary creature, human sorcerer villain. Lifelink. It has tap, draw a card and lose 1 life. Then if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. And that says you win even if you have 0 life or didn't draw a card. It is a 4/4. I've been seeing a lot of people say that they're going to do a mono black deck with Doctor Doom. And basically it plays like Gwenum, where you try to get Gwenum out and swing. But this is you get Doctor Doom out, tap with a haste enabler, and then you play Demonic or Tainted Pact.
And then just win.
And then just win. Yeah.
I think that it's good. I think that it's just, I think the mana value is a little high.
Oh, it has to be high though. Yeah.
I agree,
Yeah.
but I do view this like as a commander, it's harder to do this type of win in mono and make it work, because you put it out and then the turn, because you can't tap it this turn, so you put it out, let's say turn 2 or 3.
That, or you're specifically running Hall of the Bandit Lord for it, or like any of the 0 cost equip, like Lightning Greaves that gives it haste. Like you have to have invested in a haste enabler before you bring it out.
You just don't ever see lightning. I honestly forgot all about Lightning Greaves.
You do in Gwenum, so like it's similar to a Gwenum deck.
I feel like Gwenum is more
way better.
It has more substantial like substance, I guess, in the deck itself, to where this is more of like, I'm going full gimmick.
Yeah. Doctor Doom. The problem with Doctor Doom is if you don't have a haste enabler, you put him out and then you're just like, please, and you pass. And then you got to be like, no, guys, I'm not going to Tainted Pact and Demonic on my turn. What? And then if you build a deck around him, it's okay. I literally just try to bust out Doctor Doom real quick, and I Tainted Pact or Demonic Consultation. And if anybody has a single counter spell or anything to stop me, I'm done.
If you look at me wrong.
Yeah. Like, done. If anything happens, I'm done. Which, when you cast Doctor Doom, you do get priority to tap him and put the activation on the stack. So there's no world where you tap him and he gets removed and you care. Like, if you can do it, you can do it. They have to have a counter spell for the way that you're sending your library away. It's real deep in on a very specific win con. I do think that this will be something that we might see in Sisay. Like it's mono black, so Sisay wouldn't like it a bunch, but Sisay runs a bunch of those like creatures can tap as if they have haste and Tyvar, and they're probably going to run Shang-Chi, which we'll see later. There's a lot of things that say that your creatures can tap right away in that deck, and a lot of those Sisay lists are running Thassa combo anyway. So if they're already running Thassa combo, maybe you just take Thassa out, put Doctor Doom in, and then you go, okay, cool. I have all these tap enablers. If I get Doctor Doom out and I have a Tainted Pact, cool. If I have Wooburg and a black and I have Tainted Pact and Demonic in my hand, I can just tutor for this and win. Like, I think Sisay will like this. I don't think any deck will just be like, yeah, I'll just put Doctor Doom in, and if he gets through, he gets through. Like, I was thinking about putting Demonic and Tainted Pact and Dina, but what would I do? Play Doctor Doom and be like, all right, guys, well, if it gets back to my turn, I win, because that's a for sure way to just get a draw, I think it's cool. I mean, I always like that they have these win the game cards. So, I mean, I'll give it a 4. I know it'll see play. I know people will try to build it in cEDH. It won't be successful. I think it will be really good in Sisay.
I looked at when I seen it, I was thinking more of a 3, but Um, I do believe a 4 is probably it, because if it goes, somebody's going to put this and make this deck.
Yeah.
And granted, it has a way to win in the command zone, which is a factor that matters. I see it.
It's also like somewhat realistic that you could just get Doctor Doom out turn 1 and then be like, all right, guys, well, you guys have a turn to stop me. Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens with Gwenum for
Yeah.
sure. And the only issue I would say that makes Gwenum better is there's more. It's not reliant on a specific play. It's more you start storming
Yeah.
type of feel. So
There is a world where you Dark Ritual have the ability to Imperial Seal, put your Taint Pact on top, play a Soul Ring, play a Lotus Petal, play a Lion's Eye Diamond, get Doctor Doom out, send your hand away, and just go, cool. You know, like if I get a turn, you guys die.
so in reality, I don't think that this is better than Kirik or
Yeah,
Crick.
no. Crick, yeah, Crick. I think it is Crick. Yeah, it's a this is a gimmick deck, and if you like gimmicks,
No,
cool.
it's
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, we're playing Magic. There's lots of gimmick to
yeah.
it.
I mean, I do think Sisay will just pull this out with all their tap enablers, and then just be like, surprise, tap, cool.
Everybody
Demont
good?
consultation, we
Yeah, it's
good?
wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think a 4. You said 4, right? I think
yeah,
4 is solid.
yeah, yeah. Not by itself, but 99 in other decks that have native haste enablers. I think it'll be pretty good. That was a 4 for Doctor Doom Unrivaled. This is one of 2 cards that I was excited about. Well, 3 cards I was excited about in the set. That's kind of why we didn't push all of them up to the front, because I'd probably review 3 cards and then I'd be like, all right, bye to all the people.
And all of y'all that
Yeah, it was work going through these. I don't normally complain, but like this set, I was like, oh man, this is work. Like,
I would you say it's safe to say that over the last few sets, and few being, I know for sure at least, minus Strixhaven. Strixhaven had a lot of chase stuff in it,
yeah,
but the in general, what do you call the not in universes?
Universe Beyond.
The
Yeah.
Beyonds are kind of bland now.
I mean, they put 700 cards out this set. Like the ideas do feel a little pushed. Like, why does Doctor Doom draw a card, lose a life, and then if you have no cards in your library, you win the game? No idea. You know, like I know that Doom World, like there's like Doom World, or he's the god of the battle planet or whatever. But like, why does he do that? I don't know. It just kind of feels like some of them, there is some good flavor to them, but I mean, with 715 cards, like there are definitely ones that are like, yeah, we just slap this on the card and put the art on it, and we make a cool name, and that's what he does. Yeah.
You know the I forget what it was the homework in like elementary school where there's the names on one side, and then I guess it was the definitions. So
Oh
you have
yeah, yeah,
your words and then your definitions, and they're just like, all right, so this is Doctor Doom on this side.
yeah,
On this side, there's a bunch of different like
yeah,
abilities. They're like, what makes more sense? Let's draw the line. That's
yeah.
it.
The crazy thing to me is there is a Wooburg Thanos that was printed in this set. And Thanos, like, if this was on Thanos, where it was just pay 4, Thanos is on the field, and then if he gets the ability to snap, he just wins, like that would be pretty flavorful. Like, if you just take this art, put Thanos in, and it says Thanos Infinity Gauntlet assembled, like him just flicking his fingers and then you winning the game is cool. Or like even something that says like half of your opponents lose the game, or like that'd be stupid, but if you literally just put Thanos on this card, people would really like it. You know?
I agree. I
'Cause,
mean,
like, the idea that you just summon Thanos and you're like, if he gets to snap, I win. Yeah.
I get it. Like I get what they're trying to do, and I appreciate it. I just feel like some of it is a little bit it's off centered.
Hmm.
We're saying a 4 for this one though.
Yeah, 4 for Doctor Doom Unrivaled. Carolina Dean Runaway. 3 generic and a red legendary creature, alien hero. Flying at the beginning of your first main phase. Add Wooburg. You can't spend this mana to cast spells from your hand. So this is a free Winota trigger. So what you can do is if you have, or not Winota, Sisay. So if you have Sisay and you already have Wooburg, you untap, go and get her, and then because it's at your main phase, not your upkeep. So you pull her to field and then go to your main phase, and then you get Wooburg again, and you can go get something else. Yeah,
This is wild.
yeah,
This is wild for an uncommon.
yeah. Oh no, we have not seen the craziest uncommon yet.
This is a 4.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna.
Yeah.
This is a Sisay card. I do think the mana, like the cost of it's a little high, so maybe it's not played because of its mana value. However,
Well, Sisay doesn't care. Sisay just goes and gets it.
well, for 5. So
Yeah,
like, I mean, I guess you have it for the next turn.
yeah. This is a drop, and if I get Sisay out, but I mean, also it's like at the beginning of your first main phase, add Wooburg. You can't spend this mana to cast spells from your hand. It's not in your hand. Your commander.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
So I mean, it could go get.
And it doesn't say you have to use, because there's spells that, or there's rules to where you can't use it for generic. I don't think that it says that there. Like,
Yeah, no.
you can use, you would have, so you could put it out, have a 5 commander next turn.
You could put it out and then cast Sisay and be like, I'm floating blue black.
That's awesome.
You could put it out and it's on my next turn I get Dragon for free.
So
or Scion of Dragon for free. Yeah, like
it's so wild.
Yeah, it's interesting. I will say, there are a couple Scion of Dragon players, maybe 4. They're pretty excited about this because it's just next turn free. Like, imagine having on your second turn red Soul Ring land and then this in your hand, and you cast this on turn 2 and you're like, I got Dragon on turn 3. Yeah,
I like it. I think that this is,
and then you also can use it for Dragon abilities too on your next turn. So yeah, it's silly.
I don't want to force of will this one, but I do think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, it's a 4 for sure.
I mean, even as a commander, like, there's what's Coalition Victory that costs Wooburg and like 4, something like that. And if you have all of these certain conditions, you just win the game. Door to Nothingness, I think, is also Wooburg as an ability. Oh wait, no. So Coalition Victory, you couldn't cast it from your hand. You'd have to exile it. But
I mean, so there's so many commanders that, especially 5 colors,
yeah,
that would enjoy having this mana here.
Just
to
free
say
Wooburg.
1,
Yeah,
you have Kenrith.
Yeah.
Now, I think Kenrith lists are very to the point.
Yeah,
kind of. I don't understand the Kenrith list.
It's free Kenrith, and then you get infinite mana with Kenrith on the board with your actual mana. Like, yeah,
so silly. This is silly.
It's interesting. I'll give it a 4 for Carolina Dean Runaway.
I would say this is the best card we've seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Doctor Doom is like the funnest, but I think just generically good, Caroline Dean is probably the best. Like,
I don't even know who Caroline Dean is.
She's part of the Runaways, like that show Runaways.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
But like,
Marvel is extensive. Like,
alien hero, that's wild.
Yeah. So it's not a human.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip into this.
Yeah. In your Wooburg canon list.
I'm gonna take a Sharpie.
Mr. Fantastic. This is one of the commander face creatures. So Mr. Fantastic is 2 and a blue, Vigilance Reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, draw a card. Red, green, white, blue, tap, copy target triggered ability you control twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. So this is something that you like are definitely just playing as the commander probably for that type of effect. Copy targeted triggered copy target triggered ability you control twice. So you can't like untap your basalt twice. It's literally like when triggers.
It's the I think it's ifs too, huh? So like when and if, because if so his ability itself at the beginning of combat on your turn,
Yeah.
if you've cast a creature, so you could pay 4 and tap it.
And draw 3 cards. Yeah.
I mean, is that optimal? Meh. But I mean, I'm sure there's other triggered abilities that happen.
What's that setting of the seventh sun card that
Mm,
if you cast it twice you win the
approach.
game? Yeah, approach. I don't know if this is an approach deck. I'll look that up real quick.
Approach of the second sun. I don't know if it would work with approach, but maybe.
If this spell was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell. Yeah, no.
So it wouldn't
No.
trigger twice.
Yeah.
So
It would trigger twice, but you wouldn't have cast it.
yeah,
So
so it wouldn't have happened. No, I think that this is interesting. And if you know the combo that makes this broken, put it in the comments because I'm pretty sure.
pay 4 on your smothering tithe trigger. Get
Yeah.
2 more treasures. So you get 3 treasures for red, green, white, blue. That's pretty good.
I think that there's some really strong triggered abilities. I just can't think of what those are.
Yeah. This is probably a standalone deck where you kind of
Fiddle stuff around with it.
yeah. I mean, is it better than Crystal? I don't think so. But
I don't think it's better than the Alien. The
Yeah.
Alien was great.
Well, the Alien's Wooburg though, so it's a like different class of deck, yeah,
Okay.
which is better. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Fantastic, I give him a
Say a 3.
I give him a 2.
I give him a 3.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's. This is a strong ability. I just can't think at this moment what's a strong triggered ability that matters in Sans Black.
Yeah, all of the Fantastic Four do this type of thing, so you could put all of the Fantastic Four in a deck, and then Mr. Fantastic can trigger those people multiple times. Yeah, but were those cards good enough to get in the set? I don't think so. I think just Mr. Fantastic. I think the thing is like he costs like 6 and he puts a 1/1 counter on himself.
Awesome.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'll give Mr. Fantastic a 3.
I think a 3 is solid.
This is one of the flip cards, so we're into the main set now.
That's another silence.
This is Jennifer Walters, legendary creature, human advisor hero. She costs 2. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, and then you can pay 3 green and 2 white to transform her. And you can also just cast the other side for 3 green, 2 white. The other side is the sensational She-Hulk, reach trample. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, you may have the sensational She-Hulk deal that much damage to any target. Do this only once per turn. She's a 6/6. In cEDH, you're probably never going to flip it. This is
Another
silence effect that you can only run in green decks. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Sisay can pull her out, but Sisay could also pull out Cutzel. So, I mean, really, with all the options that you have in white green, are you really running Jennifer Walters when you could have Cutzel? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I think that this, in general, is at least worth remembering and putting aside.
It's a 3 for me,
It
yeah.
has to be a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, this one starts at least 2, and 3 is probably where it ends.
If it was pure white, I'd say it's a 4, but the fact you can only go in white-green decks and it's basically just another silence creature for 2, meh.
I didn't think about that. I was like, well, I mean, it's white on this side, so
Yeah.
maybe it has to be, have green, white in it.
Yeah, so Dog Thras, Sisay, like,
Meh.
and you already have Cutzel, so I mean it is cool to have multiple of these, but like I mean are you the only reason you'd run this over the one that we got in talk here is this one's legendary and the other one isn't. The other one gives you more bodies, which if you're in green, I think you'd prefer the bodies that stick around till end of turn.
I agree.
So this is just I already have all of the silence effects in my deck that I can run. I also want to run this. I'd give it a 3. It might see some play, but it's the lowest silence effect creature of the main ones that we already run. Like maybe people are cutting Cutzel for this and putting it in and just going like, cool, I have an extra silence effect that costs 2 instead of 3.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
I
say
couldn't tell you the last time I saw Cutzel though.
I
Like,
want to say Cutzel's ability is a little better.
oh yeah, it's if your creature has a higher attack than its base higher attack, you draw a card.
Yeah.
So if it's been buffed or you have a +1/+1 counter, and maybe it's a little bit different, I'm just saying from memory, but the second effect on that is relevant. Jennifer Walters, you'll never flip Jennifer Walters into She-Hulk and
I
CDH.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. I don't even think like as an emergency. Like if I like in no bad cards list Kennen, if I start spinning, like I'm in trouble.
Well, the problem with Jennifer Walters is you can only transform it as a sorcery. So you couldn't even like I would if I had 6 mana up, I would just want people to think I had interaction
Yeah,
rather than just going, I'll just transform her. I don't have anything else to do.
that's
Yeah.
true too.
Yeah.
I mean, my point was like in Rogsai, if you're casting Silas, you're in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But it's a best move in a lot of cases. I don't even think that
Yeah.
there's with 6 mana, there's no best move that this is good.
Yeah. Silas is death touch and we'll get an artifact back even.
Agreed.
And still, yeah. I'll give Jennifer Walters a 3. Interesting that it exists, but I'd almost just say put it aside for later, but I gotta respect the can't cast spells
The
during your
silence
turn.
is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
This next one is Nick Fury, Agent of Shield. He costs a white. Legendary creature, human spy hero. He has power up, which is the new mechanic in the set that you will never see be relevant in CDH. But theirs is power up Wooburg. Put 2/1/1 counters on Nick Fury, then look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a hero, equipment, or vehicle card from among them onto the battlefield. If it's a double face card, you may transform it. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Nick Fury is a 2/1. So the power up ability is just not really relevant. There are some like equipments that like there's a dagger that flips into a 13 demon, but do you care about having a 13 demon? In your like if there was a card that just said Wooburg cast it, you have a 13 demon, like I wouldn't care. Yeah.
What what I see when I look at Nick Fury is a Wooburg, almost a Wooburg Rog,
Yeah.
which it's not Rog
Yeah.
because one, Rog is free. However, this is all colors and
Yeah.
it casts one, so all of your you don't really care if this dies, I guess. Like if you're sacking it for whatever mana or whatever have you for whatever spell may need the sack
Yeah.
creature.
This is I want a commander that I can cast. I don't want to put any 1-cost creatures in my deck. I just want my commander and I want to turn on my Mox Amber for white, which is probably like the worst color to turn Mox Amber on for, honestly. Or, it's going to be deck where Nick Fury is treated like Rog. My only complaint is usually 5-color commanders. What does 5-color try to do? 5-color tries to get infinite mana and go off with infinite mana. You can only use his power up ability once. So if you want to use him as a mana dump, you have to play him, use the power up ability, sack him, play him, use the power up ability, and all it does is put all of your hero equipment and vehicle cards onto the battlefield. So like you don't have an infinite mana dump on Nick Fury,
Is
which Sisay has a dump, Kenrith has a dump. Almost all 5-color commanders that are worth playing has a mana dump.
activate each power. Oh, okay. It's at the very, very bottom in
Yeah.
parentheses. I was trying to read it and I was like, I don't see where it says that I can't. It's in the parentheses.
Yeah. It's I get it. It's just 5-color soup, but
I think
you
it's
have to win with your 99. You can't just lean on infinite mana and then your commander is an outlet. So I think it'll be tough. I think it'll be tougher than most people think.
I think it's a 4 though.
Yeah,
Just
it's a 4. Yeah.
like there's no world that this isn't considered. I mean, I've already heard it be considered.
You have to win with Thassa or Underworld Breach with this deck. In my opinion, like you don't get the crutch of infinite mana wins the game.
I agree.
Which I mean, Rog Sai basically just wins with Rog doing that same thing. So like you could just play Rog Sai, but 5-color Rog Sai, that's a turn slower.
I agree. I think that this is good. I don't think it's great. I do think that this will be seen though.
Yeah.
And honestly, if this comes to your pod, like I don't know what it would be doing. Like
There's already a Discord for it.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Someone in our personal Discord was like, yeah, I'm gonna make it. Like it looks cool. And I do think it looks cool. Like when you say 5-color soup Rog Sai, like that sounds really cool. But I just think that you will have all of the trouble with 5-color soup, but none of the ability to lean on infinite mana, which the pilots of this will be really, really good pilots, because I've even seen Grixis pilots with Rogsai be like, oh man, I'm a blue short. That's why they run Chromatic Star. And then this one, it's like, oh, well, I have to really, really plan out my turn because I have 5 different colors of cards to worry about, which that's a lot of planning.
I agree. Like I agree wholeheartedly. Like even if you use this for the free spells, because you can run potentially all of the free commander spells, the white, the
Well,
green,
yeah.
the white, the green, and the black are not as relevant.
I thought you were talking about the flares, because
No.
Rogsai gets to run the red flare.
The red flare is usually what. I'm not gonna say what makes Rogsai good, because Rogsai was before the flares.
Yeah.
But it definitely helped.
Yeah. And this one they made it white, which is the worst one. I mean, the black one's the worst one, but the white one's second worst.
What I am talking about though is your not forcing it, your fierce guardians, your deflecting swats, your deadly relics. I don't think that the green and the white one matter a whole heck of a lot. I don't even know what they do.
They're basically like a fog and a protect.
So like, meh.
Yeah.
But I mean, cool that you can use the red, the black, and the blue. But I mean,
your command tower taps for all 5 colors. Your Mox Amber taps for white, but
that's the hard part, is that your amber isn't as good when it should be in Wooburg.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Najila pilots dropping down to Nick Fury and basically like not doing the Najila plan, but like if I had to say what's a better deck, Najila or Fury in current meta, I would say probably Nick Fury.
I do. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it has more potential.
yeah,
It's brand new, and I doubt that there's no way we've ironed out all the kinks in it yet.
yeah.
But I do think that it's definitely a 4.
I'm excited to see this one, whether it fall on its face or it does really well. Like for there to be a 5 color, not really companion, but like option for Rogsci pilots. It seems like this deck could just try to win real quick and then be like, okay, guys, you stop me. Let me stay relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different win lines in Wooburg,
Yeah.
all of them, in
Yeah.
fact. But it doesn't have the crutch of Kinrith, and it doesn't have the crutch of Sisay, where Sisay and Kinrith kind of have their wins in the command zone. This is more of, I can drop my commander really quick. We'll see what happens really fast. But it's initially you're talking your color pie is white
Hmm.
to start,
Yeah.
and that's hard.
Yeah. I'll give it a 4 for Nick Fury, Agent of Shield.
4 is good.
Yeah. I think this one I'm probably the most excited about. I guess I'll force a will it.
I don't know what I was gonna force of will, so
I was probably gonna force a will the Doctor Doom, but
I was going
yeah.
to, but it's too specific. I agree. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
F5 is, this could make it. I mean, there's a world next year where people are like, this is it.
Well,
Uh,
I want to make a statement that it's a 4, but it is my force of will for the set.
that's true
Like,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
If I had to guess so far, the alien uncommon would
There is another one that we haven't seen yet that I was probably going to use, and I think you will probably use it. Not to tee you up, but
probably.
this one and then one other card is really the only ones that I was like actually excited to put into a deck.
Out of the cards we've seen, seeing that red 4 cost, that
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just
The
like, oh my
uncommon.
god,
Yeah.
this is wild.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Next card. Panther Pounce. This one will be real quick. So it is a common instant that costs 1 white. Target player investigates. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. Untap it. So this is an Oswald card. It is a white to untap a creature.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty crazy.
I don't think we've seen something this. I don't think we have multiple copies of something this convenient to untap your commander at instant speed in Oswald.
I think even out of Oswald, right? This is still kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad to untap a multiple mana creature. It's not bad to, let's say someone tries to remove your Kiki Jiki on the stack, and then you're like, okay, well I'll Panther Pounce it. It'll untap. I'll tap it on top of the interaction. You know, like
Also, this is white, and white ritual esque cards are really good in kitten combos,
hmm.
just in general.
Yeah.
So I I like it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like you can tell I review every card because the fact that I was able to pull Panther Pouch out of the uncommons and go, oh, hey, this is relevant. I think Oswald players will be the most excited for it, but a single white untap that gives your creature +1 flying and also gives you a clue token, which the clue token is relevant because you could just be like, oh man, I have quite a bit of mana, but I have no interaction. Let me Mystical Tutor, Panther Pounce, tap 2 to draw a card,
Mm,
get my Force of Will, tap my Mana Dork to for blue Swan Song. You know?
I agree. This is cool. I think I almost want to say it's a 4. I don't think a 5. I think a 5 is really stretching it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is no swords. Like,
I,
yeah.
I think that It's way better than just neat. It's way better than to know about where it's at.
I think we can safely say that Oswald will absolutely run this, so it's a
4.
4.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
is it.
I really like it. Whenever I do the pre-release, this will be the card that I make sure I put aside that people might not think is good.
Yeah, so for sure when you're playing or opening packs, if you see this, I think I don't think that this is your um was it Strix Serenade, or we said one of them that was
Oh yeah, yeah.
probably going to be in there. I think that this will be a more expensive uncommon depending on how much
It
they printed it.
may go to $1. You know, but
I mean, more so than some
and
of the others.
to be fair, I don't know if there's old white instant cards that untap a creature for one. I would doubt that they would give it a buff, flying, investigate, and untap. That's quite a lot. Yeah. Like,
For one, yeah.
yeah, like this one's kind of crazy because like we don't really worry about Tivit as much anymore. But what Tivit would do is go, okay, I can get through on this one person that doesn't have flying. Let me hit them. And then you in response could Panther Pounce something you don't care about anymore, even one of your tapped mana dorks, you know, and then just be like, actually, you have a flying blocker. So, you know, cool pass. Now we actually all get a turn.
Yeah, we got another turn.
Yeah, it's good. It's better than you would think it is. So I'll give Panther Pounce a 4.
4 is solid.
This is Bruce Banner. We have seen this card for months. I'll still read it, but
this has been hyped for a while.
yeah. So what's crazy about this card is I was watching one of the random Magic ads on Facebook, and they were advertising that combo of Catalops or whatever, Catalopops. Whenever you attack, deal a damage to each attacking creature, and that combos with the Hulk because you just get infinite combats and it gets infinitely bigger. But they were like actually advertising like, hey, buy this card from single and you have a good commander with the Hulk. So it was weird for me to see them advertise like, hey, here's an infinite combat,
That's interesting.
combo. But this is Bruce Banner. It's a single blue legendary creature, human scientist hero. It is a 1/1 that has XX, tap, draw X cards, activate only as a sorcery. You can flip it for 2 red, red, green, green, and it turns into the Hulk, or you can cast it for 2 red, red, green, green, and it becomes the Hulk on the other side. It becomes the Hulk on the other side. There we go. The Incredible Hulk is 2 generic red, red, green, green, legendary creature, Gamma Berserker hero, reach, trample. When the Incredible Hulk is dealt damage, put a 1/1 counter on him. If he's attacking, untap him. And there is an additional combat phase after this phase. It is an 8/8. This is the card that made that artifact, and I cannot pronounce it, the Catalips or the Catapalops or whatever. The spiky balls. It does a damage to each attacking
Caltrops?
creature. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I said it wrong.
I think you said it right. It deals a damage to each attacking creature. If it's the Hulk gets a +1/+1 counter. You untap him. Swing again. Infinite combats. That way he gets infinitely big. He keeps 8 toughness because you're doing a damage to him over and over again. Well, yeah, he keeps 8 toughness, but he gets infinitely big, and he has trample. So if one person's open, you just keep swinging in on them, kill them. Hulk becomes giant. You swing in, trample the other person,
Kill him,
and then you hit the next person. As long as they don't have 8 to 7 power worth of damage, you win the game. Meh. Like it's a really cool kitchen table tier 4 commander. I mean, how do you beat Rog Thras in those colors? I don't really think you do. Bruce Banner being a 1-drop that turns on your Mox Amber for blue is pretty cool, and you can transform him, but he's a 1/1, so people are just going to wait until you try to transform him for 6 and then be like, haha, ping. Now your Hulk costs 8. You know?
It was funny because as I was looking at Bruce Banner, I was like, he's kind of an infinite mana dump in the command zone as well, because you can
Yeah.
essentially draw most of your deck.
You can only activate it as a sorcery, so you would have to be able to cast Bruce Banner, and it is a tap, so you have to give him haste. So like it is an infinite mana dump, but you do need to be able to give Bruce Banner haste to take advantage of it. Or just put him out on the field and be like, "Hey guys, I might go infinite mana next turn. Watch out."
Well, so you have your whatever taps for mana.
Hmm.
You put a Penman's Aura or whatever on it,
Yeah.
go infinite mana. Before you transform him, you draw buku cards.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is it's a tap, so he has to be on the field the turn before.
I agree,
Yeah.
but you have it out, you do that, and then you get like a Legolas or something, and then
Yeah.
just start the combo that way.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a tapped Bruce Banner transform into the Hulk and then just get your whole hand. But I mean, if someone has let Bruce Banner be on the battlefield to
I agree.
tap, that's they deserve to lose. And if once they start infinite mana, no one has a single damage to take care of Bruce Banner. Again, another shame on them where they deserve to lose.
You have been shamed twice then.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think it's not bad, and it's better than you would think initially.
Hmm.
However, I mean, we're stretching.
People will absolutely try to run this in CDH tournaments, and they will be hard pressed to get top 16. They will have to work way harder than Rogthras will. And I mean, you were talking to the person that runs Dina and Hashaton just because I like them. So like, like I understand that you do go, yeah, this is not as good as Rogthras, but I don't want to play Rogthras. I want to play the Hulk. And that's fair. Like if you're there to have fun and if you get top 16, you get top 16, and then you get to brag about how you got top 16 with the Incredible Hulk. Great. If you want to brag about how you're the best Incredible Hulk pilot in the world, great. Like it's a much smaller pool. I get it. I support you in this endeavor.
I was gonna say, 'cause I've heard you say multiple times. It's like I like tea.
Yeah. I like Dina because I like T. It's 2 colors, and I get to run 3 of all my relevant cards. I have 3 reanimates. I have 3 entombs.
You get to run that stupid oof card.
Yeah. It's funny because everybody's just like, oh, so that all it does is entomb, reanimate, protein Hulk. It's like, well, that's not all it does, but
Pretty
yeah,
close.
it does that 4 different ways. There's 8 cards in my deck that all do that. So, but yeah, I mean, if you like the Incredible Hulk and you want to run it, you could do it. I'll give it a 3 as a commander.
I think a 3 is there too.
I do recognize that there is a command zone infinite with 1 card that's infinite combats, and is infinite combats a win in CDH? I don't really know, but I like it. I see people running it, so I'll give it a 4. All right, and on to the next card. This is Mr. Fantastic again, but Reed Richards. 3 generic blue, legendary creature, human, scientist, hero. It is a uncommon from the main set. Reach, whenever 1 or more tokens you control enter, you may draw a card. It's a 2/4. So notably, this is not once per turn. This is when a token you control enters, draw a card. There are several creatures that say whenever you draw a card, create a creature token. This is also a May, so you won't deck yourself. This is really good in Marnius because it's Marnius's effect twice. This is good in any deck that does Smothering Tithe slop because it's, oh, okay, I have a Smothering Tithe now. Every time I make a treasure, I draw a card. So anytime you draw a card, if you don't pay 2, I get a treasure and I draw a card. The only drawback here is it costs 4.
I was gonna say this is pretty good for Tivit too.
Yeah.
But the 4 kind of puts it offsetting,
Mm.
which
it is 3 generic.
it needs it,
Yeah, yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
um,
Giving every blue white deck access to Marnius's effect is really good. This is not a standalone commander at all,
no,
but in the 99, I feel like this is really good. Like, is it blue farm worthy?
probably not.
Probably not. Is it Rog Ishai worthy? Absolutely. Like, absolutely. Like,
Mm.
I will probably put this in Hashaton. Number
Oh,
one,
I didn't think about that.
I'm back on Hashaton. Number two, I've made it into a slop deck where it's big creature slop, which is kind of fun. But Hashaton makes a bunch of tokens. Anytime I discard a card, the creature I make is a creature token. So it becomes dip your hand for Nezahal. When Nezahal enters, draw a card. Every non-creature spell, draw a card. Yeah. Smothering Tithe, every turn, draw a card.
I do like it. I like this. I think it's at least a 3. I possible 4. I think the mana value kind of cuts it a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Cuts it a lot, rather. But
yeah. I agree that it's a 3 only because it's an option.
oh
Like
yeah,
it is not something. If you want to draw cards, you put in Mr. Fantastic. If you have a commander that makes a lot of tokens, you put in Mr. Fantastic. It is good in Tivit, but you only get one card draw for all 5 of the tokens that Tivit puts in, which
one or more. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
But like Hashton makes a bunch of tokens. Marnius makes a guaranteed token. If you're really relying on Smothering Time, that's good. It makes Taro draw every time they get a treasure. Someone was saying that it's a shame that Balin the Haymaker can't clone this or have this because Balin the Haymaker is really good. The other thing that I was trying to really sell this card about, number one, it's an uncommon, so you're going to get it if you go to pre-release, most likely. Number two, Cabbage Man. Like, Cabbage Man is not, you may make a food token. Cabbage Man is not, if you pay 2, they make a food token. Cabbage Man is every time you cast a non-creature spell,
Draw a card.
draw a card and get a food token. So this Mr. Fantastic and Cabbage Man together become better than Nezahal for the same mana value across 2 cards, but um it's kind of ridiculous that how many treasures or how many foods do you usually get on a rotation with Cabbage Man? 4. So
Yeah,
it
I was gonna
becomes
say 3 or 4. Yeah.
draw 4 cards, get 2 mana for your next for this turn and your next turn forever. Like
That's wild. I think that this would be a 5, no question, at 2 mana.
oh yeah. That would be stupid.
I think
yeah.
that for 3 mana, this would be a solid 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 is a very fair.
Yeah. At 4 in cEDH, it's really fair. Like, if I still played casual, I'd be like so excited about this. And like this is not even counting the cards that say whenever you draw a card, make a token. Like, there are many cards, or not many. There are several cards that you could draw your entire deck. They're not super cEDH relevant because they'd all be mono blue, and if you draw your entire deck, you kind of need an infinite mana outlet with it, or
I agree.
or you need a very efficient way to end the game, which would be Thassa, and then have all of the rest of your mana for counters. And
I mean, this isn't blue.
yeah.
I mean, it's not a. You are in Thassa color,
Yeah.
so
I I I think people might try to make this a commander, but I think it would be a very weak mono blue commander, if we're being honest.
oh, commander wise, I don't even think
Yeah.
about it. This is good though.
Yeah. This is good in the 99. I'll give it a 3, and I will say even at a 3, we're probably underselling it a little bit. But it's so weird that we're like, yeah, 4 mana value, like that's not good enough. It's too slow. But I mean that is the truth. It's too slow.
Yeah, and in the comments again, if this is if you're looking at this and you're like, well, with this and this, just solid, this commander gets it,
Yeah.
put it in there. I
Yeah.
mean, we know that this is good.
Yeah.
How good? It's really limits. We're limiting it on its 4 cost.
hmm Yeah, and the fact that it is a human, so
A human, yeah, that's kind
yeah,
of funky too.
like Kinnan is not assembling Cabbage Man, Mr. Fantastic at any point.
I don't care
Yeah,
that much.
yeah, it's a 3. I really do like it though. If I could, I'd give it a 3.5, but I can't, so it's a 3. That is a 3 for Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards, who will be an uncommon, and you will absolutely see him at a pre-release. If not in your card pool, maybe your friends. And if you really want to run it and your friend doesn't, ask for it. It's probably going to be 15 cents.
Yeah, I agree. This one's not going to be inexpensive, I don't think.
Give them a back rub for it, or even better, threaten to give them a back rub for it, and then they say that they'll give you the card if you don't touch them. Next one. Multiversal Incursion. 5 generic blue sorcery. For each non-token creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it isn't legendary.
So, slightly funny story for this card. When I was looking at it, I didn't see the 5, and I was like,
Yeah.
for 2, I can copy everything?
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
And then I looked up and I was like, oh, okay, no, that's not it.
So, and this is bold of me to say, but I think this is a Rogsai, or not Rogsai, a Rogthras card, and I think there are versions of Kennen that will start running Guy's Cradle to run this. Because your Kennen would trigger twice.
Yeah.
So imagine having Kennen, Badger Mole Cub, Guy's Cradle, Earthbent. Because it will copy your Earthbent cards. Oh, Guy's Cradle is a legendary though, so not Guy's Cradle, Ancient Tomb.
Well, no, because for each non-token creature,
except it isn't legendary.
it's not legendary.
Yeah. So Kennen, let's say you're having a pretty slow start, and it's just Kennen, Badger Mole, Guy's Cradle, Earthbent, and a dork. So you would cast this with the Guy's Cradle. Guy's Cradle would tap for 5. Blue. After that, make another Kennen. No. Guy's Cradle with Kennen, Badger Mole. I think Kennen, Badger Mole, Guy's Cradle. Guy's Cradle would tap for 3, would trigger a green from Badger Mole, would trigger a green from Kennen, and then you tap 2 blue lands, and you have double Kennen, double Badger Mole, double Guy's Cradle.
What? So,
and they don't come in. They don't have haste, but they don't come in tapped.
So,
and then you would Earthbend with Badger Mole again.
I'm not a judge here, but the thing that makes Badger Mole land a creature is the token.
Mm-hmm.
The creature would die instantly.
Because it'd be a 0/0.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it's just a land.
No,
but I don't think it can be. It would be a creature with 0 token.
So it would leave the battlefield, but then when a token leaves the battlefield, it'd fizzle. So like if it was a land, it would hit the graveyard, come back because it left the field, and the Badger Mole trigger. But because it's a token, it'd go away. Yeah, so you wouldn't get that. That's true. You wouldn't get that second Guy's Cradle, but you would have ridiculous
else.
Yeah. And 7 mana for a sorcery does sound kind of crazy, but I mean, if you're like, let's say you're trying to do e-witness snap loops on Rogthras, like pretty crazy. This is a spell you absolutely have to defend. Like you can't just go, well, I have 7 mana, let's just try Universal Incursion.
I mean, maybe you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to get to 7 in Rogthras or Kennen.
Kennen, no.
Yeah.
I will say that most Kennen turns you kind of max your mana out as much as possible.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess that's every commander,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Second
But
Kinnan is pretty crazy though. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, second Nezahal, second second Hullbreaker would be just
yeah. Second Consecrated Sphinx. Like,
oh
I mean, Consecrated Sphinx isn't legendary to begin with, which is stupid. Absolutely stupid.
I mean, I don't think there's too many games that I cast a Consecrated Sphinx and it live that I don't win.
Hashaton gets a lot of, yeah. And like, that's the other thing is like, Hashaton is an Esper deck. I don't really push win outside of that deck is trying to exhaust everybody until I can push like a pretty safe win. And even in that deck, like if I get 2 Consecrated Sphinx, it's over. If I get 1 Consecrated Sphinx, I could probably push the next turn. But yeah, I mean, I think this is usually you look at a 7-cost spell and you go, nah, that's stupid. But like, I think with this one, you could get away with it in Rogthras and Kinnan. Would you rather have a better card in that slot? Probably. But this is one of those cards where, like, if you want to be like, oh, yeah, I play a Kinnan list that runs multiversal and incursion, and it's like kind of your signature card, you could do that, you know?
I believe that and this may be a jump, but there's a few very skilled Kennen players, and I think Tino has a card like that because when I think of Tino lists for Kennen, I think of Emrakul.
There, yeah, and there also is like that one Lorwyn card that turns all permanents you control into a copy of the targeted card.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I've seen people try to run that and just be like, I have 12 Ristic studies. You know, like,
yeah. I think that this is pretty good. I will say that it's a 3 for sure. I don't think a 4 makes it, and it's definitely not a 5. It can't be a 2, in my opinion. I do think the 7 mana off the top is really steep, but there are decks that are able.
mhm. Yeah, and you know, I am not arguing that you put this card in to your deck and it makes your deck better. I am arguing that you put this card into your deck and it makes your deck different to where people expect Kinnan to play a certain way, and then they see multiversal incursion and they're like, "You're going to do what?" And then it kind of throws them off. And people aren't because you're not playing what people expect, they either will think that you're a new Kinnan pilot and maybe let you get away with more, or they just don't really know what to expect and it kind of throws them off. That is Brewer's advantage is worth it.
I will say that anytime I go to cast this and you're at the table, this is going to be countered.
Oh, everybody would try to counter this. Like, yeah. But I think people would be like, what are you doing? And also like, you could cast this turn 3, you know, in Kennen, and everybody be like, yeah, I have a counter spell. And it's like, I will tell you that this isn't winning. You know, like there's a Rogsai going next. I don't think you should counter this. I think you should save the mana for Rogsai. Yeah. Or you put it on the stack and someone's like, yeah, I'm going to counter it. And then you're like, well, I have a counter spell. So do you want to waste our counter spells and let the next person win? Or can I just get another Kennen? Yeah.
Can I get a Kennen and a Birds of Paradise?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Cool. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. I'll give it a 3 for multiversal incursion. Yeah. I think people will try it out.
I think this is super spicy.
Yeah, I think it's spicy. I think it's unique. I don't think it'll make your deck better, but I think it'll make your deck more interesting. Which is, you know, if you're not playing for fun, then you know why play. Like, I really like this one. So, Secret Invasion, 1 generic blue enchantment aura, enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, exile up to 1 target creature other than the enchanted creature until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature becomes a copy of that creature until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature has word 2. So, kind of just setting this up in your head. What commander cares about enchantments that after you ETB the commander's kind of bad and you don't care about it anymore.
Could it be a Terra?
Yeah. So imagine playing Terra, milling, and of course you want to hit a Ristic Study, but let's say you hit Secret Invasion instead. And then you just go, oh, well, actually, at this point in the game, I'd rather be playing Sisay. So you cast Secret Invasion, exile Sisay. They'll probably put it back in the command zone rather than have it locked down. And then your Terra becomes a Sisay with Ward 2. But also, like, you're a 5-color deck, so you could copy any commander in Terra and be like, okay, well, now that Terra has ETB'd, Terra's kind of bad. I would rather have it be a Tivit. I'd rather have it be a, a Tali. It's a 7/7 now. I don't get to the ETB, but it's a 7/7.
I just swing.
Yeah. And it has Word 2. I mean, of course, with Terra, a lot of things have to go right. You have to mill this card. You have to put it in your hand, and you have to have the mana for it. But it's a 3-cost enchantment that takes away your opponent's commander, and you get it instead. I think it's interesting. I think Terra lists will run it. I don't think it's terrible by itself either. Like if I'm going against a Kinnan, maybe I want a second Consecrated Sphinx, out on the board. Like the amount of clones that are in Kinnan, and other blue decks at this point, like you might just be like, well, I don't want my Esper Sentinel anymore. I want my Esper Sentinel to be consecrated. I want my Esper Sentinel to be Dothi Voidwalker, like, because Dothi Voidwalker puts void counters on, and then the void counters that they put on the cards, they don't own the void counters.
No, they're just in general.
So you would get their Dothi, and then you could have all the cards that they had access to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
I think that this is a 4.
Yeah, I think Terra will run it for sure.
I think, and Terra is one of those weird decks that is right on the edge of being great. Maybe not as close to the edge as some others, but pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it for a while. I don't think I've lost. I've drew more games than I've lost, I think.
The other thing with Terra is the way that this is worded. When this aura enters, exile up to 1 target creature other than enchanted creature. So you could put this on a Consecrated Sphinx and be like, now you have a Terra, and then you put your Terra back in the command zone.
Oh, yeah.
So like it can do multiple things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Like,
I mean, so you transform the creature. You can put it on somebody else's creature and have it change. So you could.
Oh wait, sorry. Enchant creature you control.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think
when this for but you could exile your own creature. Like, let's say it wouldn't really make much sense, but let's say like someone targets your Consecrated Sphinx and you have Flash enabled. You can Secret Invasion your Terra into your Consecrated Sphinx and be like, okay, cool.
You got a Terra.
Yeah.
Oh no, because it would be a different creature.
Well, so they would target your Consecrated Sphinx, and you'd go, okay, cool. I want Terra to be a copy of Consecrated Sphinx, and then she would be a copy, and then the one that they targeted would be exiled. So you'd keep your Consecrated Sphinx. Keep in quotation marks.
Okay, it makes sense.
I mean, that's a lot of ifs, though. But yeah,
it's funny plays, and ultimately, Magic is made for the funny plays.
Yeah.
So.
But I think like this is not a funny play card in Terra. I think this is a
this is
legitimate.
Solid.
Yeah.
No, this is a thing because like at the end of the day, I can remove something from somebody else and turn Terra into something else, which is if you're flipping Terra, other than using whatever that enchantment is that wins the game, I can't remember. you don't really care so much.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's not Mirror Maid. It's I can see it in my head. It has Jace on it, but I can't think of the name of it. it it's
Spark double?
Spark Double.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Spark Double and Flipped Terra
Oh, yeah,
wins the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also, like, if you just want to get rid of Terra to ETB again, you can put this on your Esper Sentinel, and your Esper Sentinel is Terra, and then you cast Terra again, and you just keep sending your Terra to the command zone over and over again. So, like, you could go infinite mana and be like, well, I already have a Terra on the field.
Just
Terra, 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 Terra,
Oh,
Terra.
that's cool. Yeah.
Like, you would have... Yeah, I don't know.
This is spicy.
Yeah. It's interesting. Now, if you go infinite mana in Terra, it's usually through Food Chain, and you can just exile Terra anyway. But I know there are people that don't run Food Chain in Terra anymore.
I've seen Penmans in Terra before.
Yeah.
Does it do a lot? I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped playing it, but I do know that even at really big tournaments, I played against a Terra
Mm-hmm.
at the Dallas one, the Excalibur.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's a Final Fantasy 5 color commander. It'll always be played.
Top 30 or top whatever it was.
Dina went undefeated day one at the Boil. I'm not going to tell you the number I finished at, but
it was there.
It was there. Yeah. Did well. All right, Secret Invasion. That's a 3.
Thought we said 4.
It's a 4. yeah, because it goes in Terra, yeah. Shuri, Wakandan Inventor. 1 generic and a blue. Legendary creature, human, artificer, hero. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. She has 1 tap. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of second target artifact you control until end of turn. Except it isn't legendary. Activate only as a sorcery. It's a 2/1. This is pretty good in those artifact decks. I mean, a lot of people are looking at it in Urza. Shuri, there are lines in Arkham Daxon where you make a copy of Chromatic Orrery. Like, you turn some random thing into a Chromatic Orrery. It could be one of your artifact lands, and then it's just like, okay, well, I have 2 Chromatic Orreries now. It's generically good. I don't really have a lot to discuss with it, just because it does what it does. You know, there's not really... What it does on its face is what it does. You know?
I mean, 1 less to cast artifacts are kind of good.
Yeah, and there's no minimum. So your Soul Ring costs 0.
Yeah, I mean,
your top costs 0. You know, like, it's discarding discounting them by 1 and not being like they cost a minimum of 1. They can just be free is really good.
Yeah, I mean, just this first line is good.
Yeah,
the second line is kind of overkill.
And she costs 2. You know?
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah,
this is another one of those red cards we seen earlier. This is better than most of the the actual rares. So
yeah, this is also an uncommon. Yeah.
If you pull this, set it aside, because it's at least set it aside worthy.
I think it will see play in Urza, but I don't think it'll be like every single Urza pilot will run it. So I'll give it a 3. But
I think a 3 is there.
It's really good. There's other creatures that do this at 2 cost, but none that are as good as this. It's probably the best 2 cost artifact reducer in the spot. The only thing that's really keeping it back is it's a 2/1.
Yeah.
And it itself isn't an artifact, I guess. Because if it was in Urza could tap it. I think there is a 2 cost that is an artifact creature that reduces artifacts by 1. It's an option. You know, options are always good. We'll give Shuri, Wakandan Inventor a 3.
I think a 3 is good.
Baron Helmet Zemo. This is another card that was spoiled like months ago.
I was going to say, this has been a minute.
Yeah, like 6 months ago almost. But it's black, black, black. So 3 black. Legendary creature, human, noble, villain. Whenever you cast a black spell from your hand, Baron Helmet Zemo connives. Has Boast. So Boast, activate only if this creature attacked this turn and only once each turn. Exile any number of black cards from your graveyard with 15 or more black mana symbols among their mana costs. Copy those exiled cards. You may cast up to 3 of those copies without paying their mana costs. So one of the things is it exiles the cards. You cast copies. So you can't do Gary loops with this because it would, unless you're casting Animate Dead on the Gary that's in the graveyard, you can't really keep getting Gary back if he's exiled and he becomes a copy that of a card that's exiled.
This is going to be a weird kind of thing, but I think I've played this commander somewhere.
I'm sure people like printed it out on Spell Table and played it for a little bit.
Yeah, and me, I just didn't notice that it was. I was like, oh, that's a weird command.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. If you liked this commander, you could be playing it for like I believe it was shown 6 months ago, along with the Hulk.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Now the Hulk I've never played against, but I remember
I've played against the Hulk on Spell Table.
Baron, I think I've played against.
Yeah, I think there's too many
ifs.
I think there's too many hoops to jump through for this to be a commander on itself. But speaking about Crick or Keurig, I think it's Crick. It's crazy that we can never remember that. But this costs 6 life to cast with Crick, and you get lifelink +1/+1 on Crick when you cast it. Like it's a free spell for 6 life on Crick, and you're going through a lot of spells on that deck.
You're also conniving each time.
Yeah.
So you're discarding a card, drawing a card.
Yeah.
Every time you cast a spell. So like your Dark Ritual is
pay 2 life, draw a card, discard a card. Yeah.
Gain mana.
Yeah.
Do another spell, discard a card, draw a card.
I think this is great in the 99 of Crick.
I agree. That may have been where I've seen it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't remember it being a commander itself. I do remember seeing it on the field and being like, what is that?
I do think this would be a good kitchen table tier 4, but not a tournament cEDH.
No, there's a vast difference, unfortunately, in this.
I do think it's an option in every Crick deck. I don't think it's a staple, so I'll give it a 3.
I think a 3 is very, very generous. This is a rare, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think 3 is generous, but I think it deserves it in that deck. But not every deck will want to run this.
I mean, it has Boast and Connive. Those are both really good in general abilities.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Boast is very extreme. It's very late game for you to be able to copy those spells. But it does give you that, like, okay, if I get there and I can attack with Baron, cool. You know, I might be back in it. I should be back in it. But yeah.
Well, in Crick, right? Granted, if you peer into the abyss, you should win, I guess. Like it should be a thing. Anytime peer happens, it should be pretty close. But you're talking peer and what is the other one? Bolas Citadel. Pretty high up there. Because you need 15, right?
So you know what I'm forgetting about in Crick? That creature that you discard a card from your hand and make a black.
Yeah, Scourge.
Yeah, so Scourge Familiar, you discard all of those cards that are relevant that have 15 mana symbols.
And then you just cast
and then you swing with Baron and you Boast.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like they're both really good. Granted,
Boast doesn't have to connect either. You can literally
as soon as it attacks.
Yeah, I forgot about Scourge Familiar just dumping your hand.
So you peer now. Granted,
yeah, it's a lot.
Granted, you're peering into the abyss. Nobody has countered said peer.
Yeah,
nobody had a swan.
Yeah,
nobody had an offer.
But there's Imp's Mischief.
Oh yeah, no, nobody had anything to stop this peer.
Yeah,
I believe peer has 4 or 5 pips. I think it's quite a few. It might be 3.
I think it's 4 generic black.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's 7.
I think it's like 3 or 4. It has to be 3 or 4 at least.
Oh yeah, just black. I think it's 3. I can pull it up.
Right, because that's what it counts.
4 black. So it's 3. Yeah.
And then Bolas Citadel is also quite a few. I believe it's 3-ish.
It is 3 black.
So that's 6
yeah.
total.
So you've got 9 more to go. Yeah.
And then you cast your Scourge and just drop
Yeah.
anything that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I, you get the black, you put Bolus out, you win.
You
Like,
peer again. Yeah.
well, I don't think you need to peer, but
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. But you do have to exile. And you may cast. So you don't have to, but you do have to exile. Yeah.
but I mean, you got is it among the mana cost copy the 15 or more, so you could
Yeah.
exile most of
You
whatever
exile
you
your
want.
entire graveyard outside of Gray Merchant. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just go. So this is good. I
Yeah.
think that it's
I did forget about Scourge Familiar. Scourge Familiar, or just, peer Lionside Diamond, cast your entire graveyard when you move to attack. Yeah.
I think it's a three, a high three, pushing four.
Yeah.
I don't think that Crick or Carrick runs it.
I do think it's still an option in that deck, because if you peer and crick, like, you've won.
You're there.
You don't need, if you've resolved one, you've won. Like
Even standalone, maybe, because you can play this guy, throw a bunch of stuff in graveyard in general.
yeah, I mean, you could turn one. You could make a deck that just has all of your costs are just black. Like, you don't have very few generic, and you just play Lion's Eye Diamond, crack it, send your whole hand to the graveyard, cast Baron, and then on your turn 2, you're just like, swing, cast my entire hand for free.
Yeah.
It's fun. I will still give it a 3. I think it is a 3, but it's a 3 that's worth talking about and considering.
Yeah, 3 is solid.
Yeah, that was a 3 for Baron Helmut Zemo. Black Widow, Super Spy, 1 generic and a black, legendary creature, human spy hero, menace. She is a mythic. Whenever Black Widow deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may put a 1/1 counter on Black Widow. If you don't, you may cast the exiled non-land card until end of turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. It's a 2/1. So it is a 2-cost Ragavan that has menace. But you don't make a treasure token. Again, good if you're on Timna strategy.
Yeah.
There are so many cards that were in Blue Farm colors that had a relevant keyword to get through, whether it be unblockable or menace, and then had a really good on combat damage. So I do think in this set, if you're somebody that's like, I play Blue Farm, but I'm really on the Timna strategy,
You got some toys.
you got some toys. You can make a pretty strong Timna attacker synergy Blue Farm list now. Would you want to do that? I don't know. Like, people are going to be afraid of you on Blue Farm, and if you go, no, I don't control the game, I just am real deep into Timna attackers. You're still Blue Farm. I'm still gonna counter your stuff.
Yeah.
But that being said, I do think it's viable now with the amount of toys that you're gonna get in this set. Black Widow Super Spy, it's a 1 to me. The fact that it's Ragavan, but it costs 2 and doesn't make a treasure. Yeah, it's cool that you can cast that spell until end of turn, but if you're not ramping mana up, like,
I'll argue a 2.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair because you can't hit lands.
Well, so deals combat, exile cards from their library until they exile non-land. You may put a 1/1 counter on black if you do blah blah blah.
So this is guaranteed to hit something castable, where Ragavan is not.
I mean, you also get your 0 rocks.
Yeah, and the other thing is those lands that you take off the top are exiled. So, like, if you're going against Rogthras and you hit either Guy's Cradle or Talon Gates, they're kind of done.
Yeah, I think a 2 for sure.
I could argue it too.
I think 3 and 4 and 5 is just a little bit too much. I do think we could maybe argue for 3, but I just think 2 is a very comfortable place to put this.
Yeah, two cost Ragavan that doesn't make a treasure, but it's guaranteed to hit something castable. I think a 2 is fair for Black Widow Super Spy. Notably, this is a mythic, and we've just seen crazy uncommons.
The uncommons have been so far cleaning up some points there.
Yeah, I try not to judge a card based on its rarity, because at the end of the day, we're gonna buy the card if it's good in cEDH, whether it's a common, whether it's a mythic. But yeah.
I'll argue. I'll say before times of Magic, now those commons are really strong, because I think that even like Mox Diamond, it was a common at some point, or is a common. But like
they always had rarities. They weren't marked though. So like the card in the back was the rare, but it didn't have a marking for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, still, like I would say nowadays, the mythic and the rare-ish cards are supposed to have, and air quotes to the supposed to be more valuable than some of the other cards. However, what we're seeing is with Commander being so vast that it just takes another card to make that card spicy.
Well, one of our friends has played Magic for a really long time, and they were talking about the dual lands, how they'd be at the back of the pack, and you'd be like, oh man, my rare was a dual land, that sucks. And now it's like huge value.
I think we've talked about this too before, where we were at a tournament in Dallas, and somebody had a deck box full of like the Power 9.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting. The Power 9's on there, and they're like, they're real.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So I remember that this seared my memory. So it was in Dallas, and they bought the deck box at an estate sale. So it was not their old one that but it was someone ripped the cards to just have the art. And when they said it was real, I looked closer and you could see the blue core. And that's how I was just like, oh my God. And they were like, yeah, I had to buy it. Luckily, it was not, me as a little kid doing something stupid. It's cool that they're real on the outside, but they're worthless.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that nowadays, you kind of take the rarity at face value. Some of it's not.
So I think this one is mythic because it'll be crazy to have a Ragavanus card in standard, and also there are other decks in modern that will probably want a Ragavan at 2 because they don't run red.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when WotC makes cards, they don't just think about Commander. They do consider Commander.
Wrong.
I agree.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, cEDH is the only way to play.
Yeah.
No, sure.
I just said wrong and then just stared into Ghost Soul. that's why there was silence. Yeah. But yeah, it was a snake oil argument. So we give Black Widow Super Spy 2?
I think a 2 is solid.
Yeah. I do think if you're a Tymna attacker blue farm list, you've got a lot of toys to play with. I think that's cool, but the option is not a 3. The fact that you have an option is a 2.
It's also, that's the worst type of blue farm at the moment.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually kind of excited for this card. It's Modok, 3 generic black, legendary artifact creature villain, flying lifelink. Modok has pay 3 life. Modok connives, activate only during your turn. Connive is draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Designed only for killing. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. It is a 5 cost legendary that is a 2/2. Why do you think I'm excited about this card?
Probably Dino.
No.
I don't know.
Hashton.
Oh yeah.
So flying lifelink. I will make him a 4/4 when he comes out. And then creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. So he's very castable at 5, but I can drop him through Hashaton for 2. And then what happens with that is I go, okay, Modoc's out, pass. And then Rogsai goes, okay, I'm going to try to win. And then I basically at this point have a little teeny tiny what's the demon that you pay 7 life, draw 7 cards?
Um,
Gristlebrand.
Oh yeah.
So this is a like teeny tiny bad Gristlebrand, but I can go, oh, you're trying to win? I'll pay 3 life. Nope, not a counter. Discard. I'll pay 3 life. Nope, not a counter. Discard. I'll pay 3 life. Nope, not a counter. Discard.
I was gonna ask because I didn't see.
Oh, activate only during your turn, but still, like,
I was gonna ask. Well, I was gonna ask during the turn.
Yeah,
because it's like for Hashaton, this comes out and it's like I mean, was it 3, 6, 9, 12? I mean, you could drop
I'll
10
look at
cards.
30. I'll go 10 cards deep for 30 life.
And it's just like if Shroom is there,
yeah,
or a tutor,
yeah,
I win.
And also, if I just want to discard it, like let's say I drop MODOK for 3 and I have 3 mana left open, which I could do on it. If I have land, Soul Ring on turn 3, I can drop MODOK and then I can just go, okay, well, I'm going to get another big creature. And the fact that MODOK has creatures your opponent control get -1/-1 means there's no more mana dorks. You know, there's no more Rog. You know,
there's no Rog, there's no mana dorks, there's no Ragavans. They're all dead.
Yeah, and then also like it's weird because when he becomes a 4/4 flying lifelink, I can connive pretty deep
every time.
And then I can go to combat and swing with, like, let's say I do it 4 times. I have an 8/8 flying lifelink now. You know, like he is tiny Gristlebrand, like Gristlebrand with extra steps, but tiny Gristlebrand.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like you lifelink it.
Well, Gristlebrand has lifelink.
Yeah, I mean, like, so for Hashaton, you pay, what is it, 2?
2 and a blue, and then he becomes a 4/4.
So you get him for 4. He's tapped though, right?
Yeah, but he immediately makes creatures my opponent's control get -1/-1,
which is solid there.
Yeah,
you can scry around or connive a few times.
Yeah,
this is gross.
Yeah, yeah. The more you look at it, the more you're like, oh,
this has to go away immediately.
Yeah. And also, like, I pay 2 and a blue and I wipe all of the mana dorks off, and then someone's like, hey, I'm going to remove MODOK. Notably, it's activate only during my turn, but not sorcery. So I can be like, okay, well, while he's out, I guess I better go pretty deep. I'll go pretty deep. Oh, hey, look, I found a counter spell. You don't get to remove my MODOK. You know, like,
not only that, but I discarded Shroom.
Yeah.
3 win?
Stupid.
That's silly town, man.
The other thing people are showing is Maha from Bloomburrow makes all of your opponent's creatures 1/1s.
Just wipes them out.
So now MODOK and that is just no one ever gets creatures but me now.
That's gross.
Yeah. I'm gonna run them just for the ETB, and then while he's tapped, if on my turn I feel like I need more counter spells, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm not really able to stop anybody. I did get rid of Rog, and Rog can never come out again. But I will just kind of craft my hand if everybody's cool with it, and then someone will be like, well, I'm not cool with hit swords. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm still going to connive.
I'm gonna do it immediately. Yeah. Oh, I got a counter again.
Yeah. Oh, I got a counter. I'm just going to counter your swords because I have quite a few now.
That's so wild. That's like wild.
The fact that with this card I can just go, I feel like if I pay 30 life, I'll go down 10 cards and I'll find what I need. Cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it one. You don't even have to do them all at once. You can do them one. You do them one at a time, I think.
Yeah. You put one on the stack, and then
it just kind of, okay, well, I'm done. That's good.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, all right, I got what I needed in the first 3. I only lost 9 life.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And like very castable at 5 still. Yeah.
I think that this is a 4 for sure.
Yeah. It is the moment I pull it going in hash
It's
ton.
so gross.
Yeah. I might just proxy it and be like,
It's
yeah,
gross.
yeah.
Why do
I'll
they
give it
make
a
this?
4. Yeah. I mean, it is Crystal Brand with extra steps. Like it's stupid. Like the fact that I've not seen anybody talk about it, I'm just like, okay. Like it 3 is a lot to pay, but still it's 3 life and no mana. So,
Well, it's 3, and then you connive what you want. So if you have 6 mana for whatever reason,
yeah.
you know,
He's also an artifact creature, so like he turns on delirium. Yeah.
opal.
Yeah.
Yeah, turns on your opal. That's wild.
And I mean, also at the same time, like it could go in Dina. Like it would be pretty good in Dina because it'd be like, oh, well, I have a reanimate and I have this creature in hand. Cool. Drop, drop, drop. Now at 5, I'd definitely rather be casting Bloodthirsty, but it's still good.
Yeah. No, I think the 3 to have this come out as a 4/4 and then it gets bigger and you swing and it has lifelink is kind of
Mhm.
nasty.
Yeah. I will give it a 4. That is a 4 for Modoc, a mythic in the main set. Super Scroll, this is another one we saw like 6 months ago. It's 1 black, black, black. Legendary creature, skull, shapeshifter villain, flying. For 2 and a white, create a 0/4 colorless wall creature token with defender. 3 and a green, Super Scroll gets +4/+4 until end of turn. 4 and a red, Super Scroll deals 4 damage to target creature. And then 5 and a blue, target player draws 4 cards. It's a 4/5. This is the if you want to upset your friend that plays Kenrith and make a villain card so that you guys will be vicious rivals forever. It's definitely not as good as Kenrith. Like, if you're thinking about playing Super Scroll, look up Kenrith. And if you're just like, I just want to play Super Scroll, completely fair. Like, it is easier to cast a 4 cost black commander than it is a 4 generic white commander, but it is 3 black pips in a 5 color deck.
I mean, once you have infinite mana, you win here.
Well, once you have infinite mana in Kenrith, you win, and Kenrith has a red all creatures get haste.
Mm.
And then Kenrith can also reanimate. The only thing that's relevant on Super Scroll is the target player draws 4 cards. I mean, it is cool because if you have a reducer, it costs 3 and a blue. Target player draws 4 cards. You get 4 treasures from Smothering Tithe. You
Mm.
can just keep doing it over and over and over again.
Well, I don't think you would do it. I wouldn't do it that way because you're giving them cards. Oh, I guess as soon as they draw, you have the mana. Never mind.
Yeah. So when they draw, you have the 4. They do get priority, but then you can go, cool, I'm going to have you draw again. And then if they want to play on top of your trigger, that's when they can do stuff. But like, you're probably just going to have a silence up and you're going to target the green player and be like, well, you're dead. Like,
Yeah,
like,
that's wild.
yeah, I mean, it's not as good as Kenrith, I will say. But if you don't want to play Kenrith, it's cool that you have an option to play Super Scroll. We have a friend that really, really likes to play Kenrith, and I sent it to him, and I went, "We're gonna be destined rivals. I'll be the best Super Scroll player in the world." And then he was just like, "Yeah, I don't care." And I was like, "Oh." Like, we talked a little bit about it. They did say that the 0/4 wall creature token is relevant. So if you have a bunch of mana, you can make a bunch of bodies and then you can e-witness snap easier. And then every time you do that, you make more bodies and still can play snap. So
That makes
like,
sense.
yeah, like you have there are relevant abilities outside of the target player draws 4 cards, but that it's literally the first one and the second one. Like it is a flying and you can just buff it and move to combat and kill somebody. And then, yeah, I mean, it's not as good. Like
I
I'm
want
really
to say
trying hard,
I
but
want to say Kenrith is colorless and white, right?
yeah, colorless is four generic and white, but its abilities are just way better and way cheaper.
I mean, the 3 black is kind of hard to scuttle around.
You basically have to fetch knowing that you want to play Super Scroll or have a Dark Ritual.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that this is, as commanders in this set, I do think that it is up there. I'll say it's probably a 4 because it'll be played.
I like it better than Nick Fury. I'm going to say that.
I could see it.
Yeah. If I was put in a room and I was given Nick Fury and Super Scroll and I was told that I could not leave the room until I built one and played it, I would make Super Scroll.
That's fair.
Like I had a proxy printer and they were like, you will not leave this room until you make a deck.
So you think 4 is solid?
I think 3.
You sure?
I mean, it's a 5-color mana dump commander. We gave Nick Fury a 4. I guess I'll give this a 4.
I mean, the problem with Nick Fury is it didn't have an outlet.
Yeah.
This has every outlet you would want. Mostly.
Yeah. It is no Kenrith. Kenrith is going to be better 10 out of 10 times. But
I agree.
if you have a pod and your best friend plays Kenrith and you've always wanted to play a 5-color deck, make Super Scroll and upset them.
And win. That'd be
and
great.
win. Yeah. Like it's cool for people that are like, oh man, someone in my pod already claimed Kenrith. Oh, but I can play Super Scroll and it is a different deck, guys.
It's mostly black on the top. It works.
And then also if, let's say one of your friends is top 5 best Kenrith pilots in the world, you can make Super Scroll, and that's a much easier ladder to climb. I mean, you could be like, yeah, you're 5th in the world on Kenrith, but I'm the best Super Scroll player there is. And then he's just like, well, you're the only one that has played it more than 4 times in a tournament. It's just like, don't nitpick.
Well, we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, you just sound jealous.
Are you upset about my glory here?
Yeah. I would be happy for you if you were the best pilot in the world. You're not. I am.
That's so awesome.
All right, next. So 4 for Super Scroll.
I'm with it.
This one's just funny. We can go over this one real quick. Fin Fang Foom, 2 generic red, legendary creature, alien dragon villain, flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets an artifact or land, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Put 2 1/1 counters on Fin Fang Foom. So it's a land destruction commander.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say with it.
Yeah, I was trying to look up Snap. Snap is return target creature to its owner's hand, untap up to 2 lands, so you wouldn't copy Snap. Let's see, Frantic Search. Yeah, you don't target lands with Frantic Search, so you can't do. It's not as good as it sounds. Like when you look at this creature, you're like, oh man, my Snap, my Frantic Searches are better. No, it's
Snap doesn't target a land.
It's untap 2 lands. So while it resolves, you just do it.
Okay.
And it's when you cast an insert sorcery spell. So a lot of things that untap lands are like triggers on permanents or artifacts. But it's cool to see a land destruction mono red commander where it's like, I'll destroy your land and I'll copy it on cast and I'll also destroy my opponent's land. So you target 2 of 3 opponents every time you want to destroy land, which is pretty good.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think it would be good in 99. I mean, imagine Storm, where it's like, okay, well, I'll cast this, I'll Storm trigger on this, and I'll get an additional copy with Fin Fang Foom. Like, just cool. It's a 1. Just to be fair, it's a 1. But
yeah, I see a 1.
It's cool. I just wanted to talk about it. That is a 1 for Fin Fang Foom. Hawkeye's Bow. It is a red artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has reach. Whenever equipped creature becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Equip 1. So there are 2 creatures that are green and 1 is blue that says tap, untap target creature, and it can target itself. So there are 2 creatures that just were running Nadu that literally just tap and tap and tap and tap. So for it's like a Feto alchemist, and the other green one's like an elf. But those 2 creatures are pretty compact as far as win condition. And then you cast Hawkeye's Bow for red and then equip 1. And of course, you do have to haste that creature if you want to do it all in 1 turn, which is what makes this fair, fair in quotes. But you can literally just kill the table with Hawkeye's Bow. It doesn't target, but it still deals damage. So the One Ring player has protection from damage. So even though it doesn't target, the fact that it does damage, you won't kill the One Ring player because they have protection from damage, but not loss of life. So you do have to watch it, but I mean, this is kind of silly. So,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah, the fact that you could just be like, I have enough Feather Alchemist pass, and the next turn you're like, yep, I have Hawkeye's Bow. Counters? Cool. Resolves? I'll equip for 1. Removal? No? Cool. I win the game. Like it's a fairly compact win con. There are multiple things that stop it. Removal, send back to hand. It's a 1 cost equipment, so mental misstep, the easiest thing to counter, but when it gets through and you just win. So I would have to give this a 4. I mean, I know it's going to see play somewhere because it is such a compact win condition.
I think a 4 is solid.
Yeah. I don't think every red deck will run it, but I mean, if I was a ROG Thras player, I'd throw this and the 2 untappers in because the untappers come out, they untap your Earthbent Guy's Cradle worst or win the game best. Well, they untap your Mana Dork worst, but win the game best. Like,
oh yeah, because Gaia's Cradle is a creature in that instance.
when it's Earthbent, yeah.
And then, okay, I see it.
Yeah, I mean, you have access to both of them in ROG Thras. Hawkeye's Bow is definitely a dead draw unless it wins the game, though. Because it's deals 1 damage to each opponent. You don't even really get the option of ping off creatures with it. But your equipped creature does get +1/+0 and has reach, which can be relevant. Yeah.
I think you just kind of sneak this out, and then the next turn you win. Is kind of where it's at.
Yeah, I think you sneak out the creature, and people are like, oh, okay, you're just going to tap your Mana Dorks, and then all of a sudden you drop a Hawkeye's Bow, and maybe people don't realize it, and then you go, cool, move to equip, and then everybody's like, oh no, do you guys have removal or a bounce? And then everybody's like, no, not really. And then it's like, cool, I win this game, 5 points, right?
That's wild.
Yeah, I'll give Hawkeye's Bow a 4. And again, it's a common, so you'll get one of these.
Yeah, I'd set it to the side. This is good.
Hex Magic, 2 generic and a red. Sorcery Arcane, this is an uncommon. Exile all cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. Until the end of your next turn, you may play cards exiled this way. So it's pay 3, put your entire hand away, draw 6 cards, 5 cards, and you're able to cast the cards that were in your hand plus your new cards. And it is play, not cast. So
your lands are good.
You can play the lands from exile. And then your cards stay exiled. And then you get to take another turn and you still get to play those old cards for that next turn cycle. And this is an uncommon sorcery 3 that is a one-sided way better wheel. And it's the other thing that's crazy is it's arcane, so all of your splice on the arcane spells work with it. So Desperate Ritual, I want to say, is an arcane spell. So you can splice onto Arcane, Desperate Ritual, onto Hex Magic. It goes to exile. You can cast it again.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I do think because there's a lot of spells that are like if you cast something from anywhere but your hand, it does
Yeah.
something too.
Delayed Blast Fireball. It either does 2 damage to all opponents and creatures or 5 damage to all opponents and creatures based on where it's cast from.
Granted, I don't think you care that much when you play this. It's more of I get to see more cards and I keep the cards I have.
This is absolutely a RAL card.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I imagine that's where I've seen it too first.
It's stupid. It's really good. Like, I almost want to give this a 5 because like every red deck is probably going to play it. I see it going in Rogsai. I see it going in Blue Farm. Like, how many times have you had a Jessica's Will and just been like, just nothing is worth like Jessica's Will? Like Hex Magic, I'd see a Tali play it where Tali's like, okay, well, I can't get it Tali turn 2, but I can fire off a Hex Magic. So I'll get an entirely new hand and I'll keep that hand until my next turn and I'll have a new hand too.
This is notable too that it's not every opponent draws.
Yeah, it's just you.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah. I want to give it a 5. I think in all honesty, it's a 4, but I will say Magic knew that this was a good card and it's going to be in a secret layer that has all of the old school, like 50s Marvel art. So they know that this is like a hit and they were nice enough to put it uncommon, which I think is cool.
I could say a 5. I would almost force of will this.
Like, I mean, you can. You have one. It's really good. Like,
you know, I'm gonna. This may be the first time. I don't think I've force of willed a common before.
Yeah.
Or an uncommon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it here.
Yeah.
I think this set has had multiple fire cards that are just not even taking a rare slot.
Yeah. Like these are, you will go to pre-release, you'll play, you'll get these, and you can throw them into your cEDH deck and they will still be fire. Like,
I think in standard too, this is really solid.
Yeah, I think Hex Magic will be seen a lot going forward. Like this is one of those cards that those greedy decks that just want to see more cards and just go for it will just go ham. I mean, like this is a RAL card, like 100%. Yeah, and like yes, those decks will get pretty low, but I mean, even exiling 3 cards and then getting 3 more cards for 3 is great. You know,
I know for sure that when you mentioned RAL, our local RAL player, I can see them really enjoy this.
Yeah. Well, like the other thing that's crazy is that this is also something you can run with a wheel. So you have a full hand, Hex Magic, send all 6 of those cards away, get 7 new cards. Rituals, you cast the cards that are in your hand, keep the exiled cards, and then when you go down to a really low number of cards in your hand after you ritual out, wheel, get a new hand, have the it's stupid.
That's gross.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna enjoy watching this card be played in RAL.
This is a card that those Grixis puzzles, instead of taking 20 minutes, will take 30 minutes now, which sucks. You know, also RAL turns will be much longer, but I mean, it's cool. I do like it. It's a cool card.
Yeah, I force of will this.
All right, we got a force of will on Hex Magic.
Uncommon.
Put it aside. I think this will be a $5 uncommon.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, is 1 generic and a green. Legendary creature, human warrior hero. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. Notably, activate abilities of creatures you control, not other creatures. So this can tap right away too. Tap, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to activate abilities of creature sources. It's a 2/2. It being one color is a little tough because you do want to run this in Sisay. Two red, not super relevant. Now, if it's two green, you use one for Sisay, one for not a Nala, the green mana dork that is green tap. Savala.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
birds? Like,
Use a green for Sisay, use a green for Savala. Tap Savala. Yeah. It's good. It'll be good in Sisay. It'll be good in really a lot of things. What I'm thinking about this for is play Shang-Chi, pass. If you're in a white, green, red, blue deck, you can play Bright Steel Colossus. Go get your Goblin and your Sewer Surveillance Cam. Play Goblin, play Sewer Surveillance Cam, tap it right away, win the game, infinite mana.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's very relevant. I will give it a 4.
Yeah, I would say a 4 as well. I don't see every Sisay running it. They could.
Yeah.
I kind of fell out of touch with Sisay over the last year or so.
I mean, also in Thrasios decks, it's pay 2, get a creature. That creature feeds into your Thrasios for 2. So if you have 4 mana, now you get a creature and a Thrasios trigger.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's weird to be like, this is really good and not talk about too much, but I mean, there's not a lot to talk about. It's a 2-cost 1,000-year elixir, but on a creature that won't get countered very easily, and it costs 2, and it taps to give you mana of any one color. So like for 4 mana, cast Oswald, cast Shang-Chi, tap Shang-Chi for a white, tap Oswald with that white, upgrade your mana rock, go get Sewer Surveillance Cam from a 0 rock, untap Oswald,
Silly.
go get any 2-cost in your deck, untap Oswald, like tap a white, get a any 3-cost stacks piece that you want, Trinisphere, pass.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is a 4. I think that it will see play. Arguably a high 3. I don't see this as a 5, but I do think it's a 4 or a 3.
Yeah, it's really good. We'll see this card for a while.
Was your vote on it?
4.
4.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
I'll give Shang-Chi a 4. This is another one that we saw for a while. It's World War Hulk. 3 generic and a green. The next red or green creature spell you cast this turn can be cast without paying its mana cost. Really, the only relevant thing, I can read the rest. I'm not. It is pay 5, resolve this, get a Tali out of the command zone. So instead of costing 7,
Cost 5.
if you have green, which a lot of Atali decks are just a mono red deck, really, at the end of the day, that can run mana dorks. It is an option though. You have World War Hulk in your hand. You're like, okay, well, I'll get a Taiga and I'll drop my mana dork, and then on my next turn, I'll play a land. I'll ritual up to 3 and 2 green, and I'll play World War Hulk, and I'll Tali turn 2.
Or even late game, because let's say you've cast a Tali twice and you just kind of got blown out somehow. This will also, because you don't have to pay. Do you still have to pay the commander
It's
tax?
an additional cost, so
Okay,
I believe you do.
mind.
I might be wrong there.
I think
It's
you're right.
been a while, but I think regardless. So if it's a put from command zone, because there is that dragon that puts it from command zone to battlefield for a turn, that you don't because it's a put. But I believe without paying its mana cost, you still have to pay additional costs.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
I mean, this is a rare. If you play Atali and you go to a pre-release, you'll probably get it. If you don't get it, your friend will probably get it. You can trade.
I don't see this being a super rare card. I think it's going to be in a lot of packs.
Yeah. Uh, I,
I think it's a 2.
yeah. I mean, I don't think every Atali will run this. The fact that it's green, I know whenever I ran Atali, I really just wanted it to be a mono red deck. So unless it was a mana dork, I didn't really care for green. It's an option, and it being an option means that it's not a 4. So I'll say a 3 because you might see it in Atali, but it's probably it. I mean, do you play this in Hulk? Probably just for flavor, but yeah, I'll give it a 3 for World War Hulk.
Would it be able to cast the opposite side of
Yeah.
Hulk? Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Next one is Absorbing Man. Generic green, blue, legendary creature, human villain. Vigilance at the beginning of at the beginning of your first main phase until your next turn. Absorbing Man becomes a copy of up to one target artifact, non-aura, enchantment, or land. Except his name is Absorbing Man. He's a legendary 4/4 human villain creature. In addition to his other types, and he has Vigilance. He's a 4/4. So a 3-cost 4/4 with Vigilance, pretty good. We talked about this quite a bit locally. So the problem with Absorbing Man is, number one, it's a human. You can't get it on cannon flips. You cast it for 3, it's a 4/4 vigilance, and you pass, and it does nothing. And then when it gets to your turn, yes, it can become a artifact, a Rhystic Study, or a Guy's Cradle. Yeah. Uh, and that is cool. And it does keep its creature typing, so you can clone those things. So you can clone uh you can clone it, but then the original would die, but you would keep it forever, I guess. I don't know.
Mm.
It's a lot of things that it can do, but ultimately it's a 3-cost creature that you can't just randomly get in a cannon flip because it's a human, and you cast it and then it does nothing. And
So,
then on the next turn, pretty good. But
so I did have somewhat of a conversation, and it this really, I mean, humans matter so much in Kennen because without flipping it, it's already a little worse. You don't want to. Um, I have 2 humans in my Kennen deck, and one of them is Cabbage, and the issue
the other one is what? Trinket Mage?
Trophy.
Trophy Mage, yeah.
And Trophy gets the win con.
Yeah, yeah.
Cabbage Man is crazy value.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy would not take either position.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, he's not bad.
Yeah.
When you're talking cEDH, there's a lot of cards that aren't bad. They're not bad cards. They're good cards. The problem is the best in slot card is way too high of value to switch for something that's just good.
And I could see Rogthras running it because Rogthras is more of a sit and wait type of deck.
I agree.
But even so, like, would you rather have an Absorbing Man, or would you rather have an Enduring Vitality, or a Cabbage Man, or a Rhystic Study, or like there's so many 3-drop slots. There's so many 3-drop creatures that are really good, and all of those have immediate impact. And Absorbing Man is 2 pips past turn. Just really hope, you know.
So I didn't even mention Bambi. So in my Kennen deck, I believe that the best cards, and this has been said by I think Freedom, um, that the best cards in Kennen just haven't been printed yet. And whereas uh, Trophy Mage and Enduring Vitality are the same, and Absorbing Man would all be fighting for the same type of slot in it because it's a 3 cost. Enduring Vitality, I don't see a better card for Enduring Vitality. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that card is amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't see a better card for Trophy Mage unless it's cost less.
Unless it's Trophy Mage and not a human. Like if it has the
Yeah.
same effect, but it's not a human.
Or puts it straight to field,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
This just doesn't hold that much weight.
Mm-hmm.
And the argument is, well, it's a human. It's already, it doesn't, it can't be put in. It's just not as good.
Yeah, I've seen arguments for like Sisay where they're like, well, Sisay, you would cast it, pass, and then it would be a legendary. What's Bloom Tender? But it would go down to 1 pip, so it'd be worse. You know?
Yeah, no. I mean, Sisay maybe.
Yeah,
Having a blue green, but really, even in Sisay, the slot for blue green is one less.
Yeah,
it's
Kinnan.
Kinnan.
Yeah.
So
also, you copy a Rhystic Study or a Smothering Tithe in Sisay, and like you have a legendary Smothering Tithe creature. You know, like
I mean, maybe smothering it, maybe.
Everybody would just pay 2 at that point, though, which I mean is good for you if you're slowing them down. But
well, white is harder to get in. Well, not for 3 because you would just get Derevi.
Yeah.
Like there's
every card slot that I can think of for Absorbing Man is better than Absorbing Man, just because Absorbing Man literally is just.
I'm gonna copy that.
Well, cast, pass, copy if I get another turn, which I do think Rogthras would kind of like this, but I think this would be I play Absorbing Man and Rogthras, my deck is spicy, not I play Absorbing Man and Rogthras, my deck is better
it's
because
enhanced,
of it. Yeah.
No, I think that this is a good card. It's just not a great or awesome card.
Yeah. I'd give it a 2.
I think a 2 is good. I don't think it's just neat. I do think that somebody will try to fit this in somewhere, and I just don't think it'll work like they want it to.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. And also I was wrong. It can't be a creature. So it has to copy an artifact
or enchantment
or land. So the reason it can copy your opponent's Bannaby is because
it's an enchantment.
But you would have a legendary arcane signet that would add no colors to Sisay, or
no, it's silly.
Yeah, you'd have a legendary Guy's Cradle that again would add no colors for Sisay. Yeah, I think I'm good at a 3.
You said a 3?
Yeah. Sorry, 2. I said 2.
I think a 2 is better. I think 3 is really pushing it.
Yeah, and maybe the energy drink has not hit yet.
Maybe later on, and maybe a card will make it better. But I think a 2. Know that it exists.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
That is a 2 for Absorbing Man. Captain America, Living Legend, 1 generic, white, blue, legendary creature, human, soldier, hero. Vigilance, when a creature you control becomes tapped during your turn. If it's the first time that creature has become tapped this turn, untap it. Sisay all the way.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
And like, I would almost say that this would be a good... I would almost say that this would be a good commander, but it doesn't have green in it.
What is this?
So it would be Oswald, I guess, where it's like, all right, tap Oswald, cool. Untap him, tap Oswald.
I mean, even then, if Oswald's your commander, you can't run that.
No, that's what I was saying. Captain America, it would be a 99.
Oh, in the 90. Okay. No,
this is a great Sisay card.
So it's uncommon. What is this silliness? So this is good. I think the problem with it is that it is 3, because I would rather have Derevi and it does the same thing.
Yeah.
But spicy take here. Somebody tutors or whatever for your Derevi, you still win.
So this was a trap. So I agree with you, but whenever a creature you control becomes tapped during your turn, if it's the first time that creature has become tapped. So resetting Captain America doesn't reset the untap on that creature. So like you couldn't tap Bloom Tender, flicker Captain America, and then tap Bloom Tender again and it untap. So it is Derevi is better,
Well, I agree.
but this does build really well with Sisay.
Well, there's times where people feel safe destroying Derevi,
Yeah.
and then you have this as a as there too.
I'm also dumb. So you can flicker the creature, and most Sisay pilots will have a creature can tap as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
instead, you flicker the Bloom Tender.
And then the Bloom Tender is a new creature.
Yeah.
So
And then it'll untap. Yeah.
it's a little extra step. If you draw this is really good drawn.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really good to search with Sisay to put out. This is better as a game plan in your opening hand. More so, I would even say more so than Derevi.
I think it'd be good in Dog Thrass too.
I agree.
Just drop it, have enduring vitality, tap all of your creatures when it comes out, untap them, tap them all again.
So I was seeing a theme with this set.
Earthbent Guy's Cradle taps twice.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I was seeing a theme with this where the uncommons were by far stronger than the rares.
Yeah.
And they're still holding up that narrative. This is a very strong card.
Yeah. I would give it. Ooh, I think I have to give it a 4 because I know it's going in Sisay, and I am pretty sure it would go in Dog Thrass.
I think the power scale for this is a 4.
Yeah.
I don't think I would feel bad saying a 3. I can't really say a 5.
Human and soldier are very relevant creature types as well.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vigilance. Like
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think you just start swinging with this thing. I do think that.
Well, so I don't think you just start swinging with it, but it is a 3/4 with vigilance, so the swing is free.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's much like the Wan Shi Tong.
Yeah.
This is silly.
Yeah.
For an uncommon.
Yeah. No, I'll rate it a 4.
4 is good.
That is a 4 for Captain America Living Legend. Cloak and Dagger Entwined. This one's just interesting. I will just be upfront. I just think it's neat, but I'll read the whole thing.
I was gonna say I really like Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah. I mean, it was in the review before I read it. Cloak and Dagger Entwined. One generic white black legendary creature human hero. It has death touch and lifelink. When Cloak and Dagger enter, choose target opponent and up to one target creature they control. They reveal their hand. You may exile a non-land card from their hand or the chosen creature until Cloak and Dagger leave the battlefield. So I could go, all right, I play Cloak and Dagger for 3. And it is black-white, so it's probably just going in like Sisay or it's probably just going in Sisay or maybe a more control-y blue farm. I wouldn't put it in Hashaton, but you could just go, hey, I want you to reveal your hand to the table. I will target Kennen, and then you'll be like, okay, well, I have Basalt Monolith in my hand. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. You have a Force of Will in your hand, so I'm going to exile that, and I'm going to try to win. Or just be like, hey, I'm going to target Kennen. Let me see your hand. Oh, you have a Basalt? I'd rather exile Basalt. It's for 3. It's no what's the 2-cost sorcery that you look at somebody's hand and draw a card?
What now? I'm sorry, I was
What's
reading
the
again.
1-cost sorcery that you pay 2 life? It's a Phyrexian blue.
Oh, Get Probe.
It's no Get Probe, but they do have to reveal their hand to the entire table. and you do get to exile a card or a creature until Cloak and Dagger leave the battlefield.
So choose up to one target opponent and up to one target creature they control.
So I go, I'm going to target your Kennen, and I want you to reveal your hand. And then I'll look at your hand and I'm like, you know what? I would rather exile Basalt than Kennen. And then everyone has seen your hand because it was revealed to the table.
Nasty.
Yeah. It's cool. I think at 3 it's a little bit too expensive for that effect. Also, like, it becomes, hey guys, whenever Cloak and Dagger gets bounced, they get their card back. You know?
We lose, yeah.
I think it's a 2. I like it.
I think it's a 2 as well.
Yeah. That was a 2 for Cloak and Dagger Entwined. Really cool, but it's a 2.
Just in general, Cloak and Dagger was pretty cool.
This one is another one of those. I was saying there's a lot of like draws their second turn. So this is King T'Challa, 1 generic, white, blue, legendary creature, human, noble hero. It's a mythic, has flash. Whenever a creature draws their second card, whenever a player draws their second card each turn, you draw a card.
There's some creatures that play Magic.
Yeah, I mean, creatures do draw cards.
That's funny.
But I mean, it's a flash 3-cost Fairy Mastermind that you can flip it. And when you flip it, it says prevent all damage that would be dealt to Black Panther. It has double strike and it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. It does lose the.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it does lose the whenever somebody draws 2 cards. I think this is a huge miss, but we do have a lot of creatures that say when your opponent draws their second card, you draw a card now.
Yeah, I think the 3, like the T'Challa itself is good.
Yeah.
I think the other, it has its place, but I don't think it's as good.
And realistically, you're probably never transforming it.
Yeah.
A Fairy Mastermind that doesn't have flying that costs 1 more, not really selling me. Yeah, but it is there.
I also don't think that this is standalone.
Yeah,
I don't think
not.
that this is a commander that just plays.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2. I'd put it aside because of the value, but I probably would never run it.
I absolutely agree. A 2 is where it's at.
Next one, this is
Moon Girl.
Another one that's probably a 2, but Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, 1 generic green blue legendary creature, human dinosaur hero. When you draw your second card each turn, until end of turn, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur's base power and toughness becomes 6/6 and they gain trample. When an artifact you control enters, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. So when you think about Absorbing Man, 3, it's a 4/4 pass. At least this one is, I'll put Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur out, and whenever a artifact I control enters, I draw a card. So that counts Cabbage Man on other people's turns. It only counts once each turn. But also it's, I play Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, I play Mox Amber, I draw a card, my Mox Amber is turned on. Just whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card.
Once per turn.
Once per turn, but I would say even this is a 2.
No, it's hard because I like to see green blue, but anytime I see human, it's like, that's a miss.
Yeah. And then also too, like, dropping your mana rocks and getting a card off of them is good, but when are you dropping your mana rocks? Turn 1 or 2? What does this cost? 3. Yeah.
I think a 2 is where I would put this.
Yeah. It sounds a lot better on paper, and like, yes, you would draw 4 cards each turn with, or each round with Cabbage Man.
Oh yeah,
you draw on your turn, and
that's
then
true.
On each person's turn, probably.
I was gonna say a 1 until you clarified that. I was like, it's meh. No, it's definitely a 2. I think maybe at some point there'll be a better combo with it. But even then, I would say best commander in colors is Kennen, and Kennen you just can't use.
Yeah, and anything that says this ability triggers only once each turn pretty much immediately becomes a 3 or less.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So yeah, I'd give a 2 to this one. Scientist Supreme of AIM. It is a blue-black legendary creature, human scientist villain. Pay 2 life, copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an artifact source. You may choose new targets for the copy, activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Um, just interesting because you could have your time sieve out and then pay 2 life and get 2 extra turns. If you have a basalt monolith, the math works out to where you pay 2 life for 2 colorless mana. So you could go tap for 3, pay 4 to untap, pay 2 life, copy that, untap it again. I'll get 6 every time I pay 4. So can we just agree that I get 2 colorless mana every time I pay 2 life? Cool. I'll pay 20 life, get 10 colorless mana. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it is a 2 cost. Is this a standalone commander? I don't know. The effect is really powerful. Like, pay 2 life, get, you know, you can't target mana abilities. So we're not talking about like, you know, oh, I get 5 mana from this artifact. I'll pay 2 life. I'll get 5 more. Like, that's not how it works. Yeah. The reason it works with Basalt is because you're copying the untap, not the mana ability.
Hmm.
That being said, I don't know what this breaks. I mean, I think it's cool to play time sieve and then tap time sieve and be like, okay, well, I only had 5 artifacts, including time sieve. However, I now have 2 extra turns. Can I go take 2 extra turns? You know?
I had to confirm that Time Sieve was only black, blue.
Yeah.
Like I knew that it was 2 mana, but I haven't played Tibet in a while, so I was like, oh,
Yeah. I mean, if you're in Demir and you can't win with 3 turns in a row, like,
that's kind of bad.
yeah. Like, does it happen? Yeah. You know?
I mean, Demir is good,
Yeah.
but really the only win cons that I see is Thassa out.
Mhm. And it is from an artifact source. So, like, let's say you turn your legendary creature into an artifact, which is very easy to do, and it has a really good trigger. You can copy it for 2 life. Yeah.
Mm.
Like, let's say you put Thos on the stack and somebody tries to stifle Thos's ability. You can go, cool, I'll turn it into an artifact, pay 2 life, it's back on the stack. Yeah.
I think with this one, I'd probably say a 3.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. I don't think it's a standalone commander. I don't really know where it goes except for, and I want to say Tivit, but like if you're going infinite turns, you don't care about paying 2 life to get an extra one. Yeah.
No, maybe at the start,
Yeah.
possibly. Like maybe you don't have enough to. I don't know. It's a weird scenario.
Maybe you have a Savines in hand and you're like, I'll pay 2 life to get 2 extra turns, knowing that I can Savines time sieve back.
Mm.
But yeah, it's interesting. But I'd have to give it a 3. I think the ability is really strong. I just don't know where it goes.
I think 3 is where it's at too.
I think this will be one of the cards where we start seeing people. They're like, "Hey, I figured this out with this," and blah blah blah.
I mean, I like the potential. That's ultimately what keeps the format fresh. So
I mean, I guess grinding station
that's what I was kind of thinking.
gets 6 cards for 2 life instead of 3.
The problem is you're not in red.
Oh yeah, I mean, like putting this in Rog's Eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not as. I don't think that this is good as a commander.
Yeah, okay. That makes more. I don't know why I was fixated with it.
I'm stupid. Couldn't you use this for Wishclaw to tutor twice?
Yeah.
Because the payment is pay 1, give it to another player. So you would just pay 2 life, tutor twice. So this and Wish Claw goes and gets both Thasas. So all you need is a counter in hand,
And that
and then you go get both Thassa.
4 mana, 3 mana, no, 5 mana total, 6 mana total.
Oh, if you want to drop your commander and that, so it'd be blue black, colorless black. That's 4.
Not even that. You
Blue
would need.
blue. Oh, you're talking about paying the. Well, you only have to pay the one once.
That's what I'm saying. Commander on field.
Yeah. So blue black.
So it's already on field.
Okay.
You can't. I'm not even counting that.
Yeah.
So you do 2 to cast Wish Claw.
Yeah. So colorless black.
1 to activate Wish Claw.
Colorless. Yeah.
Then you do 2 for Thassa.
Yeah. So 2 blue.
And then Consultation.
Yeah. So 6.
6 mana to win.
Blue blue, black black, colorless colorless.
It's kind of rough.
Yeah.
that's a steep mana. That's a lot of double pips on stuff. Now, granted, if you're in 2 colors, like if it's your commander, maybe.
Trying to think if Shroom, you'd pay 2 life, get 2 artifacts from your graveyard. I'm trying to think of like really good. I mean, you could always pay 2 life and be like double Esper Sentinel.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, 2 life for 2 cards, not bad.
Yeah. Well, and then they're like, well, I pay 2, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it has potential. I mean, the fact that we're even like thinking this far is probably good. So
that's what I was saying. The fact that you can put something that's kind of spicy in,
Yeah.
and then the thoughts get kind of hard on it. So I do think that it keeps the format fresh. I think a 2 is probably where I'd put this, and it's just because I'm not savvy enough to know what.
I think a wrong the place that I'm thinking about it the best is probably wrong Sai, where you double your grinding station triggers and also double your Wish Claw. Like it's slow, but it does sound consistent.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're playing a card that's
yeah.
It's bad just to play it.
Yeah. I mean it does turn on. So Rog is red, right? This gives you the blue black for your Mox Amber.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, we're stretching, but yeah. I will give it a 3.
I'll come up from a 2.
Yeah. Scientist Supreme of AIM. That is a 3. Vision Quest. I'll be honest, this is a 2. It's just interesting to talk about. So this is X blue red sorcery. Search your library and or graveyard for an artifact creature card with mana value X or less and put it on the battlefield with X additional 1/1 counters on it. If X is 4 or greater, it gains haste until end of turn. If you search your library this way, shuffle. So Rog Ishai can spend 3 and get a 2/2 Esper Sentinel out to field, which is a green effect. You know?
Ugh.
And you search your library and or graveyard for an artifact creature. So you could go pay 3, a colorless blue and red, bring out my Esper Sentinel from my deck. It is a 2/2. You guys have to pay 2 every time you cast a non-creature spell. Your first non-creature spell. Other thing I was thinking about in Rog Thras, this goes and gets the artifact, green artifact guy that we're real big on as a mana dork. You run it in Kinnan.
Oh, Gene Pollinator.
Yeah, you can go get Gene Pollinator for 1 blue and a red, and it has a 1/1, so it's like a better mana dork.
I guess so.
It's completely interesting. I would probably run it in Jeskai just because it'd be funny to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fetch my Esper Sentinel. They're like, how are you gonna do that? You're gonna put it to hand? It's like, no, I'm gonna fetch it right to field for 3 mana, and it'll become a 2/2. Like giving a green card to non-green, yeah, it does have to be an artifact creature, but like, you know, it's also funny to cast it for blue-red and go get your Memnite, and you have a 2/2 Memnite in blue farm. You know, like,
that's silly.
Yeah, it's just silly. Just the fact that it does green things and non-green is kind of funny to me. So
you said a 2.
Yeah.
I think
And
a 2 is where it's at.
and also, I'm sorry, I forgot. If you pay 0 into it, it comes in with 0/1/1 counters. So for 2, you go get your Memnite and just put it to field.
No, yeah.
But I mean, it's funny. It does stuff. It has potential. What blue red deck has a combo piece that's a artifact creature card? I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can get Sowing Mycosynth and turn all of your creatures into artifacts, and then this would become a pay 4, get Thassa out of your deck to field and non green. But I mean, we're talking about a lot of steps there. Yeah.
It's interesting that it's available.
Yeah.
It's a little much. I think the best play is probably Esper Sentinel.
I just thought about this. Yeah, Esper Sentinel, but Krark Sakashima, pay 6, go get your Roaming Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, from deck to field. And then Roaming Throne gains haste until end of turn, which, whatever, but it's a 8/8 Roaming Throne, right?
I do think Esper, even in that scenario, I think Esper is better.
Yeah, 2/2 Esper for 3, straight from deck to field is really good.
And then if you have more, you can put more 1/1 counters.
Yeah. So you could go search, it's X or less. So you could be like, I have nothing to do for this turn. I'll play Vision Quest for 4. My Esper Sentinel is a 5/5 now and it has haste. Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. But I mean, going and get Esper Sentinel and going to go get Roaming Throne seems pretty good. Especially if you're copying like if you have an attack trigger, which Magda would, but you wouldn't run this in Magda because it's blue. It's just cool. I won't stick on it too long. It's a 2.
Yeah, 2 is where I'd put it.
Arc Reactor. This is a 5 mana artifact. It has improvise. Your artifacts can help you cast the spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. This artifact enters tap. It taps for 3 colorless. I feel like this is something that you could run in Arkham Daxon, because if you play an artifact land, you play a Lotus Petal and a Mox Amber, you can, of course, you would tap the land either way, but if you have 0 rocks that you can't use yet, paying 3 for a rock that taps for 3 for the rest of the game, even if it enters tapped, is pretty good. It gives you Arkham faster because Arkham is 3 generic and a blue.
See, I was at another point here. When I was looking at this, I was at Cabbage Man.
Yeah. Free. The fact that it comes in tapped is kind of tough because it's pay 5, like tap 5. So you're paying 2.5 mana to get a tapped rock that you can't use till your next turn.
That's fair.
But I mean, like, let's say in Arkham Daxon, I play an island, I play a Memnite or any 0 cost artifact creature, which there's a bunch, and then I play a Lotus Petal. My next turn, if I lay another artifact, I just pay 2 to have a 3 cost artifact the rest of the game. And it is slow, but like it is a 3 cost artifact that you can have for the rest of the game. Like there are arguments to it. Is it great? No, I think it is a 2.
I think it's a 2.
But if you're running a bunch of 0 drop mana rocks, you probably could consider this.
Well, I think that this thrives on decks that have artifact something,
Yeah.
and you can tap them to pay some of this cost.
I mean, it would have been great in Jaws.
Yeah,
I mean, is Jaws a CDH deck? Probably not. It's probably a good tier 4 play for fun with your friends. Zuladoc, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I could see Zuladoc.
Things that care about Cascade off of non-creature spells because it's a reduced cost.
I think that Zuladoc also runs Unwinding.
Yeah, but so does Arkham.
Oh, okay.
Arkham has multiple creatures that say so it's either Unwinding or there's a creature that says untap target artifact you control on your end step.
Mm,
I mean, also like, you know, um, probably not really speaking to this seriously, but seedborn, like
that's what I was thinking too.
if you have a gene pollinator that you don't really want to tap a permanent, you could tap the gene pollinator, a 0 rock, and this is a 2, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'll drop a Seedborn Muse, cool, untap the arc reactor. Yeah, yeah. It's relevant, but very specific.
I think it's good to know that this is here.
Hmm.
I think that at some point we'll have there's probably a deck that would really utilize this. I just don't. It's too much. I think if it was a 3 or a 4, I think you would be.
Oh, 4 I would be super excited about.
5
Yeah.
is just hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And with this set, from what we've seen, the uncommons uncommons kind of swipe this through.
5 is I had a really good turn 1 and I'm going to waste my turn 2 because I can't do anything with my 0 artifacts. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, also, I guess Smothering Tithe, you would tap the treasures and you'd get Arc Reactor rather than wasting them. Like there's things. Yeah, I'll give it a 2.
2 is where I put it.
Ultron Artificial Malevolence. This is a 3-cost legendary artifact creature, robot villain. When another non-token artifact you control enters, you may pay 2. If you don't, if you do, sorry. You may pay 2 if you don't, get a free one.
Yeah, you just say it.
Yeah, if you do create a token that's a copy of it, if the token isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/2 robot villain creature in addition to its other types. This is relevant just because, like, you play Ultron, you play a 0 rock, you pay 2, that 0 rock becomes a 2/2 artifact creature. Um, Wait, if the token isn't a creature, it becomes a 2. Oh, in addition, so it is an artifact. So it becomes food for Arkham Daxon. I know a lot of people like this for Urza because I play a Soul Ring, I pay 2, I get a creature, I tap that creature for blue through Urza. Everything that you cast basically becomes I cast this, I pay 2 by tapping the old robot and then the new thing that I cast, because it's
Mm.
when it enters. And then I get a robot and then I cast a new artifact. I tap the robot and the new artifact when it enters, I get a robot. Yeah.
I I was trying to see if this would go in Kennen in my head, and it's almost there, but Kennen runs a lot of zeros, and unfortunately, most of the zeros have um, are legendary
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
or they're they have some kind of cost on them, like you have to exile something or you discard something.
Yeah.
So
And you wouldn't necessarily want a 2/2 basalt that's like, all right, I tried pass. Ooh boy, if I get another
yeah,
turn.
no,
Yeah.
I don't see it being as good there.
If you have Shang-Chi, it's cast basalt, get a 2/2 basalt. Both of them tap right away.
Nasty.
Yeah. I mean, what world would you have Kennen, Shang-Chi, and Ultron and Basalt? I don't know, but it'd be funny. Like,
No, I do think that this is a really, really strong Urza card. So with that, I would say it's a 4. But I don't see it other than Urza and possibly Oswald being there.
it's relevant for Arkham. That being said, I don't think
Oh,
Arkham would
Arkham. Yeah.
want this. There are I always forget the name of the
Maybe Iron Man. Oh no, that's
Cirrolacrum converter or something. It's the big score blue mythic that whenever a artifact 3 or bigger enters the battlefield, you get a construct.
mm,
So this one would be, it would enter, you'd pay 2, you'd get another creature, and you would net 3 creatures out of the ETB for 2.
mm.
which is relevant because then Arkham would go nom 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 and eat them. Because you could, man, I'm losing the name of cards. What's the? It's not God Pharaoh. It's the 4-cost artifact that taps for blue, but it becomes a copy of a creature, except it's an artifact, and people were using it.
Liquid metal? No.
No, it's like God something.
God
I'll
Pharaoh
look it up real
Shrine?
quick.
No, I'm just saying random
Yeah.
stuff. I was thinking of liquid metal torque on one of the things we were talking
Yeah.
about, but I don't think that can't be it. I see some plays with it. I definitely think Urza would like this. I do think Arkham, and you said that Iron Man needs non-creature artifacts, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it couldn't be Iron Man. But any token generator is pretty solid.
Yeah, I can't find it. I'm sure it'll be in the comments, but there's a four cost artifact that you go and get it with Arkham, and when it enters, it becomes a copy of any target creature. So you have it target Arkham, you sack your tapped Arkham. Your Arkham is now an artifact, so it can tap right away. And if you pay,
It's not metamorph, huh?
no,
Because it taps for a blue. Never mind.
it's Kinnan used it for a while because they would just copy the elf that untapped for a -1/-1 counter.
Machine gods.
Machine God's Effigy. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
I was like,
what?
there's God in the name. Yeah. Machine God's Effigy.
I did like machine gods and
Yeah.
devoted druid lines. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
they were
yeah.
cool.
Ultron is okay with that. It does sack if you make a copy. It does keep the other type, so it does stay a legendary. So you would end up sacking it due to state base, but you'd make triggers, like but it's when a non-token artifact enters. So I mean, it's relevant. We're like 3 hours in, so my brain is kind of mush.
Yeah, this has been a lot of. There's a lot to this set, though.
Yeah, we only got like 40 cards, so I guess we've been like stopping and talking about quite a few for a really long time. But I think it's a 3. I think Urza, people are really excited about it in Urza. I think people are really excited about it in Arkham.
I was gonna say a 4, but if you think 3 is,
I think it's an option in both of those decks. Not a it has to go in.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was reading anytime an artifact came in, not a non-token.
Yeah.
So that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 3.
With Arkham, it gives you food for your 0 rocks, but yeah, I mean it's okay. Yeah. All right. And this is our last one. Probably the best one in the set.
Oh, this is great.
This is the Fabulous Frogman, 2 generic and a green. It's a legendary creature, human hero. It has reach, and it's a 3/3.
It's a frog. It has frog in the name.
He says, "Shove off, Spider-Man. Step aside, Torch. There is a new superhero in town. I'm going to make my dad so proud." And he's the Fabulous Frogman.
This is gonna take over the tournament scene by storm.
Yeah, it's a legendary creature, so you can have it as your commander. Unfortunately, it's a human, so you can't flip into it with Kennen. But I mean, if Kennen could flip into this, like
Amazing.
it would be a tier 1 deck. Like it inarguably would be the most popular deck in the format.
Oh my gosh.
If you could flip into this with Kennen, I feel like every pod would just be 4 Kennens for the rest.
Oh, it would be, yeah.
cEDH is solved now that this came out.
I think this would be the day we see Cryptid make Kennen. Make a heavily meta deck.
Yeah. I mean, Fabulous Frogman has solved cEDH. I genuinely believe that after this set comes out, you'll sit down at a pod and either you'll be Fabulous Frogman or you'll be Kennen, and everyone else will just be Fabulous Frogman or Kennen. Any card that's not green or blue will just sink in price.
Yeah, you might as well sell them now.
Yeah, might as if you've got an ad nause,
You can just mail them here.
yeah, just sell them. Like every red, blue, and green card will just plummet in value because people will be like, well, why would I play that when I could play Fabulous Frogman?
I would argue that WotC changes their name
The Fabulous Frogman manufacturer.
Or card game.
Yeah. Fabulous Frogman, the game.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. I'll give it a 5, and I'll give it a second Force of Will.
Well, this doesn't deserve the Force of Will because it was implied that this is the best card.
Yeah, that's why I gave myself a second Force of Will. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I Mind Break Trap it.
This card's it's funny.
It's probably one of the worst cards ever printed, but it has a frog on it, and it's a guy in a frog suit that's looking out the mouth, and he's got little springs on his frog feet, and he's in New York, and
I don't even know if you read. Did you read the card? Like all of the?
Yeah, it just says reach 3/3.
Oh, okay. I was waiting on you to read it. Maybe I missed it. It was like best card ever. The Fabulous Frogman, 2 and 1 green.
Yeah, reach 3/3.
Legendary creature here.
Yeah.
Reach
3/3.
That was it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a 5. No, anytime there's a frog, I'm gonna put it at the end of the review. Could you imagine, like, if we were doing reviews back when Psychic Frog got printed?
We did, I thought.
Oh, we did?
I'm almost certain.
Oh, we might have, yeah.
I'm certain.
Imagine there being a actually really good frog in a set, and everybody, like, we save it till the end, and everybody's like, yeah, this card sucks. It's like, no. Like, we're being serious. It was actually really good. I do think we did MH3, like, way, way back. It might have been, like, our single-digit episode, but...
I'm almost certain. Not to keep us going here, but...
That's fine.
That was what the hell is this, or what the heck is this one?
I mean,
it's the
we get more time to look at the Fabulous Frogman. Like,
it was this set. We did that one. It was Commander Masters or something like that.
Let's see.
I'm almost certain. Because we talked about discarding on it.
I mean, this will be a deep cut. If you guys are listening to this podcast and you guys want to shut it off here before we look, I would understand.
If you're still listening and you might as well wait. I mean, you're a trooper. You've been here for almost 3.5 hours.
So we did it 2 years ago. It was our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th and 8th. It was our 7th and 8th video, but it was our 5th and 6th podcast. So I was right. It was single digits.
I was in there, I think.
Yeah. We did do it, but we hadn't started the frog joke yet.
This one trumps that one, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's obvious. It's legendary, of course. I think the intro exit music has been playing us out for a while. So thank you guys for listening. Just as a reminder, if you made it all the way through, please like, comment, subscribe, and rate our podcast 5 stars. And I hope you enjoy the Fabulous Frogman.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.